new president.
While 12 previous sessions failed to elect a successor to former President Michel Aoun, whose term ended in October 2022, there are indications Thursday's vote may produce a head of state. The leading candidate is Lebanese Army Commander Joseph Aoun, no relation to the former president. He is widely seen as the preferred candidate of the US and Saudi Arabia. Lebanese people, like Beirut resident Amani Malas, are hopeful for change after over 2 years without a president. I'm Karen Chamas.
South Korean opposition parties have introduced a bill calling for an independent investigation into impeached President Yoon's brief martial law declaration. The bill, jointly submitted by 6 parties, proposes a special prosecutor investigate whether the martial law decree in December constituted an attempted rebellion. News and analysis at townhall.com. Republicans appear close to settling on a strategy for passing President-elect Trump's sweeping border security, energy, and tax agenda.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said in a brief interview Wednesday evening that House and Senate GOP leaders are likely to make a final decision by Thursday about how they'll pursue the budget reconciliation process to enact their policy priorities and extend expiring tax cuts. Privately, House GOP leaders are optimistic key senators are getting behind Johnson's push for one massive reconciliation bill, a procedural maneuver that allows the majority party to advance a legislative package without relying on the minority party's votes. Johnson spent Wednesday meeting with Republicans in his office, discussing a long list of potential spending cuts and a myriad of ways to pay for the bill. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
U.S. longshoremen have reached a contract agreement with ports and shippers. It averts a potential strike it could have damaged the American economy. It's a tentative deal for a 6-year contract. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco gets beyond music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to a snowy Mornings with Mike Winters here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. I'm he.
Yeah.
It's me, Mike Winters.
You're not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to head to go to Lubbock for a doctor's appointment. Yeah. We actually left this morning because it's like a 10:30 appointment, so we left at a little before 6.
Sure.
We're heading down the road, and here's the deal. I looked at this morning. I was like, oh, it's snowing, and I got the right when I woke up this morning. I was up and I was having a little bit of an Ozempic morning, so I was saying hi to my good old friend John. And
bowing to the porcelain god.
Yeah. And I get the text saying that school's on delay, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I did update Facebook, hence the RIDD, all you grammar nerds.
Right, you grammar Nazis out there.
Hunkered over the pole doing that.
Like you've never made a typo in your life.
Hope you feel bad, feel guilty for mocking me. But anyway.
That's sinking.
But anyway, so yeah, then I was like, okay, but then we go to hell on the roads, and I look at the weather forecast, and I'm like, 1 to 3 in miles. Wow. And then I looked at NM Road, and everything east was good. I mean, everything going west was not, but everything going east was good. I was like, and Kim was like, let's do this. I'm like, all right. And we go and we start getting down there, and I'm like, man, it's not letting up, and the visibility's bad.
It actually got a lot worse.
Yeah,
like towards the early hours of the morning.
And I looked at Lubbock's weather last night, and it was saying like nothing. It was just like, and then I looked and I was like, I didn't look before we left, but as we were driving, I'm like, oh, they're supposed to get 3 inches now too. And that's when we said, you know what, we're in the road,
Yeah.
and so that's when we turned around.
Yeah, just getting anywhere in town, because when I was on the road first thing this morning, there was nobody out, so there weren't even like paths.
Yeah.
It was like crunching fresh snow as I was driving down the road. Basically, everywhere you go, you're going about 20 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself about a half to a third, 2/3 of a block to brake if you have to brake at a red light or if there's a car in front of you, because it ain't stopping. Trust me.
Absolutely. Update of the school delays and closures. A latest one that just changed just as we were about to kick off the show here. The Roswell Independent School District is now going to a virtual learning day, no in-person learning today. If you do not know what that means, your teachers, they'll be contacting you to let you know here on instructions on what you're supposed to do today. I think you go into a portal and pick up your assignments and do that. I don't know all the details, but something to that effect.
And a lot of the kids, at least in my two kids' case, the teachers took precautions beforehand and gave them assignments for snow days.
And that's what many of your teachers may have already done. So it's probably Operation That today. But they are doing virtual learning today. They just got the announcements right before the show started here this morning. As far as the other delays, let me get my list up. I'm updating it on Facebook as it comes in. Right now, 5th Judicial District Court here for Chaves County, 2-hour delay. Artesia's Public Schools are on a 2-hour delay. Chaves County Magistrate Court, 2-hour delay. Dexter schools are closed. They are closed today. ENMU Ruidoso open at 10 a.m. I'm going to keep looking. I have not seen anything for Roswell on that. Hagerman Schools on a 2-hour delay this morning. Hobbs Schools, 3-hour delay this morning. Loving Schools, 3-hour delay this morning. Ruidosa Schools, 2-hour delay. Ruidosa Magistrate Court on a 2-hour delay. That's some of the latest. As more come in and as I get, and some of these may update.
ENMU Roswell campus closed.
Okay. We'll update that on the list here by directly here. So I'm telling you right now, I'm assuming that's our 7 o'clock guest.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm downright impressed.
I was kind of thinking our 7 o'clock may not.
I was about to wheel in the TV tray from down the hall. It's going to be nothing but replays today, kids.
But no, we Denise made it in.
Through snow and sleet and bleak of night.
Like the post office.
That's right. Never stay these couriers from making their appointed rounds.
Ironically, no mail today.
No.
Because of the president and federal government's closed everything for the death of President Carter, and so no mail today. And I was shocked when I saw that.
I did not realize that.
I don't recall ever not getting mail for like when Reagan passed or any of the other funerals over the years for presidents. I just don't remember that. But this time, the mail is no mail today, and it's legit. So. No mail.
There's the robotext for virtual learning today.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Parents should be getting those right about now.
Excellent. Very good. Let's see. I got a text here from... very good. I got the whole gang.
But yes, keep it locked right here for updates. And, of course, you can check our Facebook pages. We'll keep those updated. As we get those, we'll post them up. NM
Roads, download the apps on your phones or website before you go out and about. I'm going to take a stab just based on our driving experience this morning and just my driving from work here. And based on the weather forecast, which we're supposed to get 1 to 3 today.
Yeah.
Methinks things are going to start changing to closed at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Here, so.
I would reckon. And it seems like, at least from what I saw this morning and him seeing out the window, we've already gotten the 1 to 3. I mean, we probably are about 1.5 to 2 already. So it's going to keep falling, kids.
Have your wives measure for accuracy. It is 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure working its way through our area today. Some snow showers possible. Will be in the mid-30s. Not much accumulation, maybe an inch or so for a few areas. Scattered snow showers this evening and then clearing up a little bit after midnight. We're in the low 20s and then we're back to sunshine on Friday. Still cool. We'll hit about 40 on the afternoon highs. Sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton and that's your latest forecast.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details, 2nd and Sycamore, and 1309 Southeast Main.
The weather is changing, and what is cooler than being at the Cow? Well, we can't think of anything. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop in Roswell is your authorized Brothers Sewing Machine dealer for Southeast New Mexico, and they're all on sale right now at the Calico Cow. New fabric styles for fall are here, and holiday and Christmas fabrics continue to arrive daily. If you're still stitched to your own machine and you just want a tune-up, call for in-house maintenance, 575-639-2586. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the Cow.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Do you know that almost 75% of the time a roof gets replaced, something totally weird or unexpected or bizarre happens? Well, here's the thing. Trustmark Roofing is always prepared for the unexpected. That's why they always have a project superintendent on site at your home at all times to handle those weird, bizarre things as they pop up. Things like, I don't know, an unexpected layer of wood shake shingles under your shingles, or rotted out decking boards, problems with flashing or ridges, or missing supplies that somebody needs to chase down. Those are the kinds of problems that normally grind other crews from other roofing companies to a halt and delay the project, but not with the super awesome superintendent there. See, he's equipped to handle any problem and keep the project moving along smoothly. Just one more way they do things better at Trustmark Roofing. If you have any roofing needs, call them at 575-755-ROOF or find them online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Hey Roswell, Happy New Year! Roswell Ford has a New Year's resolution you're gonna love. We resolve to sell more new Fords in 2025, so we're gonna make it super fun, super fast, and super easy, just for you. In fact, we'll give you the price we'd give to a friend or family member right up front. So bring us any trade in any condition. Don't even wash it, because at Roswell Ford, all trades are welcome. Making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? We can help. We'll take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders, all with great rates and terms for good credit, no credit, and even bad credit, with rates as low as 0% APR. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Huge savings, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance, plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. Of course, if you're just tuning in, delays and closures all over the Pecos Valley here because of the snow. In case you haven't opened your window or looked out your window this morning. RISD is now on virtual learning day, so make sure if they started out as a 2-hour delay, but if you haven't checked in recently, last 15 minutes, you probably will start. I'm noticing some of our people are starting to get the robocalls from the school now. I think we're going to have Brian Luck on next hour. He'll explain a little bit more about that. That was during the commercial break. I was just texting back and forth with him on that, so we'll probably have that happen as well. We also just learned in the last 5-10 minutes, ENMU Roswell campus is also closed this morning as well too. Go to our Facebook page. I've got the delays. I update it. Good, thanks to some technology. I update it once and it updates it everywhere, so that kind of helps. So as I get the new ones and the fresh ones, I'll update that up for all of that here. So, well, these folks are dedicated.
That's right.
This means you owe them one. this means you got to come and make sure you come see them here over the next couple weekends here. But we do have the folks. This was their normal scheduled. They were going to come visit us on the radio this morning, but I kind of figured, weather. I was like, no, we're not going out. But nope, they're like these folks like the Postal Service. Rain, snow.
That's
Nothing stops. And we have the folks at the Roswell Community Theater joining us. Of course, Denise Samuels, Patty Stacy, and Zachary Burkhalter joining us as well. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ladies. And gentlemen. Sorry.
And Zach.
I've had a morning. I apologize.
Oh, that's fine. It's snowing. We're all thrown off.
That's right. They're all giving me heck online for RIDD also as well this morning. So
yeah, I saw that. Okay. Well, thanks for having us. And
thanks for coming in despite the all odds. You guys came in here. And
absolutely. I mean, this is important, right?
It is. Well,
it must be because I got up way earlier than I normally get up, and I'm like dragging right now. I got to get my coffee in a bit.
Yeah, well, that's what, I think the director needs to take you out to breakfast. That's what I think.
There you go. She doesn't have to work today. That's right.
I don't know that that's in the budget. Let me get
Planetary lighting. That's right. We're actors, but we're broke actors.
You're right. This is all volunteer, just to clarify.
No George Clooney's up in here.
No, I mean, they're talented, but, volunteer.
That's right. But they don't get scale. But, folks, we would love to invite you out. I'd say the next both weekends, but at least one of the next 2 weekends out to the Roswell Community Theater. Their next play, next upcoming performance. I'll get it.
Yeah. Opening night's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Now and then.
Yes.
So and this one's like a lot of times you do plays and things, and a lot of them are period pieces where you think 40s here. This one's more. A more modern setting a little bit, isn't it?
Sort of.
I would say more modern as in it's like people that are alive still would live in this time.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes, exactly. So,
from a 50-year-old brain, it's not. It's
got it.
It's recent.
Yes,
pretty recent.
Obviously, the now would be now,
yes.
And the then takes place in 1981.
Gotcha.
So
it's kind of I'm going to guess, and I'm not sure of the story, but just taking a guess, it's kind of like the reflective piece where,
it is.
Life, and kind of a look at life where, because as a person in my 50s now, I can kind of relate to this where it's like, man, the way I thought of the world and saw the world in, say, 20 versus now is not the same. And I'm going to guess this play kind of deals with some of that stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes to explain the play is, and we put it on our posters and postcards, is it's a play about facing the choices that you make and the people that you make them with.
Gotcha.
It's about the big question, if you could go back and change something, would you?
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So it's even got a little Christmas Carol element in it to it, or
sort of.
You know what I mean, like the path you could have taken, or the path you would have taken, or kind of that feel to it as well too.
Yeah, so. And I love that our time slot's right after New Year's, because everybody New Year's
reflection time.
Yes, thinking
changing.
And I'm thinking, is it the second Friday this Friday, or is it the first Friday? This is the second Friday, right?
Yes.
And I believe if this is the second Friday in January, that is officially the quitter day for your resolution. So you're coming in right at the perfect time when you're hitting them on quitter day. They come out Friday night, and maybe quitter day gets extended.
Right. They get inspired, right? Yeah.
I just quit making resolutions.
Right. I started quitter day years ago. I just quit making the resolution.
Just quit doing it.
Right?
Yeah.
But just saying, planets aligning. You're talking about right after New Year's. I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure. I just heard this stupid factoid yesterday, and it was like the second Friday of January is the Quitter's Day.
Now I know.
Right? Mark it on the calendar. Write this down. Right?
That's right.
But I would love to invite folks to come on out and see a great play. So Is this a drama, comedy, a little bit of
dramedy?
Dramedy, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a love story in this?
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you kind of got to have one, right?
It's all a love story.
Gotcha.
All about the love story, yes.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
So kind of got the little bit of the romantic comedy, so it's got the little yin, a little bit of everybody. Sounds like if you want to do a date night, this might be a perfect performance for a date night.
If you don't mind crying a bit.
Yeah.
Because hopefully we'll get the tear jerkers going. Yeah,
we're not talking Steel Magnolia.
No.
All right, okay, just checking.
But it is a real poignant story that you will laugh and you will maybe cry.
So it kind of takes you. It takes you on a little emotional journey.
It does.
Okay.
And it's very emotional.
This is very different for me. This is my 4th play I've directed. But the past 3 have all been comedies.
Gotcha.
And I love comedies. You know, they're great. They're fun. They're light. You know, everybody enjoys coming out and laughing. But I was just really drawn to this script because of the story and how emotional it is.
Now I'm curious. Does the cast and the crew approach it different? Like is rehearsals and practice different in a comedy versus a more serious piece? Because I know you said it's your first one, and I'm kind of thinking, so does it get? I mean, behind the screen, there's always jovial, but I don't know. Does it get a little different when it's a drama or a more serious?
You guys take this.
Well, you just got to get into your character and tap into that emotion as well as the comedic side. My character kind of has 2 different sides to her. So in one element, I'm really, really funny. And then on the other side, it's like you got to tap into that emotion a little bit and feel the feeling, and try to you just got to kind of jump into it.
I just didn't know if like you'll see like with a comedy, like you said, it's kind of easy to be in a comedic mindset. You don't need to give me time to prepare. I mean, unless you had a real bad day or something, but you know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas when you start tapping into those places that gets the waterworks going or whatever, that's a little different, and so you can't just be like, hey, how y'all doing? Hold on a second. You know what I mean? You can't hulk it out or whatever. You can't. You got to give me a minute. Let me go off. Let me process here.
Well,
so I imagine that's got to create a different vibe just at rehearsals, because we're in a comedy. Everyone's kind of on the couch together. Where this one, people might be over here and then over here, and not as appearing close-knit sometimes. You know what I mean?
Well, there's only 4 of us in the cast, and then we've got our director, assistant director, stage manager, and sound and light. So it's a small cast considering, because normally we have these giant casts.
Yeah.
And so we're all very
close,
and we have lots of fun, and we're it's great. It's been great. So we do have all that fun together, but then when it's time to get on the stage and act, we do pretty good. We crack up a lot.
Sure. Well, that's the community theater.
You have to.
As a whole. It doesn't matter what play you're doing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It is a family-like environment where everybody, hangs out and, on and off the stage.
Yep, we're a family. Exactly. It's family. Yep.
And so that's just how it is. And so, and what I really love, too, is it's much bigger than the Roswell Community Little Theater. I mean, you guys, anytime in Carlsbad, that community little theater's doing a thing, or Artesia or something like that. You guys are going down there, and vice versa. Their crews are coming up here for your performance.
And when we're off Broadway, we try to go out there and support them when they have shows. And so, and we announce shows of other people, and so we try to be supportive of all the arts.
So I love that. So the now all the spotlights are turned into the Roswell Community Little Theater next 2 weekends.
Yes.
And
2 weekends.
It has been a bit of a challenge for me with this being a drama as a director. Just, like we were saying, comedy's fun. It's easy. And the cast, they get very proud of themselves, because I've obviously read the script so many times. I've been at rehearsals.
She knows our lines better than
I do. I know
she does the
lines.
whole play in the bathroom in the morning in front of the mirror.
Right, it's the
scene
one director show. But it's funny because my daughter's in the play also.
Okay.
And in fact, our 2, I call them the younglings. They're both teenagers, and they play the younger couple.
Okay.
But they get so excited when they make me cry. Because I've seen it so
We've
many
made
times.
her cry a lot.
Oh my gosh. Dress rehearsal. they could hear me. I was back there.
It's like if anybody in the room has a wall up over the emotions of the play, it would have been you, and they still pierced it. That's the point we're making. It's like, look, I've read this thing in my sleep. I'm not crying anymore over reading this thing, and now it's like. Hold my beer.
Right. Literally, it's set in a bar. So, the great line.
yeah, exactly.
In fact, the name of the bar is Mulligan's.
Mulligan's, nice.
Yeah.
A very, again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Following the theme of
a do-over.
Do-over.
It's a golf reference for those that have no idea about golf. That's the other. Maybe I should put that point out there too. But absolutely. So, let's give Zach here a chance to
Zach, chime in.
Talk a little bit about what's your character in this, and what's your role in this particular play.
Well,
what do you want him to say?
I mean, I feel like we can kind of give it away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want spoiler alerts.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, like is your character?
Well, even though I'm just a 20-something, I'm playing the older man.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's playing the old man.
Okay, well, this is thespianism. This
is why it's acting.
You never play. I hate to burst your bubble. Look at ancient times. There was guys playing girls and everything else too.
Shakespeare.
That's the things about acting.
But it's just an older man just kind of thinking about his life and thinking about what if I could have made a different choice.
Gotcha.
And just...
So really, you're the main story. It's your story.
The driving force throughout the play.
Gotcha. So you kind of play, you as a maybe more appropriate age in your actual self, and then at times the 50 or whatever year old version of you.
No, he's the 50-year-old version.
Right.
All the way through. Okay, so you play old man all the way through.
Yeah.
Right.
Old man yells at cloud the entire.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Get off my lawn. Gotcha.
That
was me.
Couldn't tell.
His line is more like, play the piano. Play the piano.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So for you, that's got to be kind of fun.
Oh, it is a very fun role.
Sure.
Just getting up there, and I have the most monologues and the most tear-jerking, just yelling at the audience type thing.
I got a curious question, because you kind of have a unique, as a younger person, you look at the world a different way than someone who's not your age. Does it give you a little perspective? Like if you do this and you start maybe thinking of your own relatives that are around that age and kind of saying, maybe. I don't think like they do, but I can kind of see how they got there. I mean, does it give you any of that kind of vibe? A little
bit, but I've always been kind of wiser beyond my years.
Gotcha. So you kind of always had that connection with the old soul type thing.
Yeah,
he plays the role very well because he's very mature.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious, because sometimes. And I get it, because I was young, and the way, and just, we're talking about this, so
I don't
think
remember
about
those
myself.
days.
But
was I young?
I do remember thinking, a certain way about things, and now I'm like, why did I think that way now? You know what I mean? And it's kind of just life in general, just risks and things, thank God we did not have social media when I was young. That's all I'm saying.
Truth.
I try to stay away as much as I can.
The truth, yes.
Y'all think different.
Yes.
So
totally
Patty,
different.
Absolutely. So Patty, what's your character role in?
I'm the old lady, of course.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, the old lady.
So I play opposite Zach,
Gotcha.
the older couple, and so. Yeah.
So you get that perspective. So you basically, it's your story. Is it y'all's story?
Well,
as a couple?
It's more him than me. I just come in towards the end and start raising.
I do stuff behind her back, and she has to come scold me about it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I get to yell at him a lot, which is a really fun part.
Which that's the beauty of joining the community.
But it's easy for me because that's my age, so I'm playing my own.
Right, you're kind of playing.
The play follows my life almost exactly.
Your skin is comfortable in this.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Well, the good news is you don't have to wait long. Tomorrow night is opening night.
Yes.
At the Roswell Community Theater. But
That's right.
if tomorrow night's not good for you, no worries. It's going to be doing it again Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and then we'll do it all over again next Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. 7:30 p.m. evening performances, and 2 p.m. 2:30 Sunday. I went like 2 or 2:30.
Yeah, it used to be 2. It's 2:30.
Now it's 2. That's why it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. You remember the old days,
right?
2:30 for the Sunday afternoon performances.
Yes.
The best way to get your tickets right now is go to the Roswell Communal Theater's website. It's roswelltheater.com. Spell theater like a live theater stage. THEATRE.
Yes.
Do not use the eater, which is like the movie theater.
Right.
But that's how you spell if you want to go to a movie theater.
Right. But we
eater.
fancy.
Yeah.
We fancy.
Yatre.
Yes. Theater.
And it is definitely better to buy your tickets online because it's a little bit cheaper online.
Get a little discount.
So if you wait to go to the door, you're going to pay a little bit more.
And generally speaking, what happens is people like, oh, that's this weekend, I'm going to get my ticket. So first Friday, Saturday, get fill up, and they come out, and then they're like, oh man, that was good, and then they start booking for next. So it might be
telling their friends.
Hopefully they tell their friends and spread the word, and we get more people the second
but get your tickets in advance, particularly if you know you have a narrow window. It's like, I'm only good on this date, or then you go ahead and do it now, book it now. Good news is there's good availability right at this moment at all 4 shows, or all 6 shows, actually. Both weekends. And you can get your tickets. Now, if you completely space out and like, oh, man, I forgot to go on, you could walk up the door tomorrow night, and they will do everything within their power to get you in.
Absolutely.
Even if they have to, put out a phone, might put you on stage, but like, here, hold this umbrella.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at you.
Come backstage and help with the set change.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Here, turn the mirror ball. Let's go.
Exactly. Well, and that's kind of, you almost, what I think, now, I wish this might be a fun, like, if you ever do your social media side thing within not violating privacy rules and stuff, but even if you had like a camera in a corner of the room somewhere, and then just did like a sped up, like film the whole like behind the scenes one night on one of the plays.
Time lapse.
Yeah, and then do like a time lapse just to show people
that would be fun.
how much the duck's legs are going behind under the water
Right.
there, a little bit to see that.
Exactly.
Because it is neat to watch. I have seen it firsthand on some stuff, and it's,
some plays are just outrageous, the amount of scene changes and things that happen, and so it would be fun to be on one of those. Now, luckily ours, it's mostly just straight through. We have one scene change. But some of them would be really interesting to see that behind the scenes time lapse.
Sure. Well, especially like those comedies, or if you're on multiple, first you're on a boat, now you're on land or in a room or on land, on an island somewhere. Yeah, that's a lot of movement of parts to do all that kind of.
We just stay in the bar. We just stay there in the bar.
We're just in the bar the whole time.
Right. The time changes, like I said, 1981, and then but we're just still in the bar.
But it's still a bar.
Still the bar.
Which means it's not uncommon to find the same decor from 1981 in a bar.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Anywhere else.
Exactly.
One or two thing changes.
Yeah, if you added pictures or a calendar change here and there or something,
Right.
Yeah, because, everything in the bar is considered retro
Right.
at one point.
Maybe a bar light burns out and they have to replace with another bar light.
Everybody likes that.
Oh, gosh, don't say that. Now you stress me out.
No.
Our lighting situation was...
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Well, and this is the for folks don't realize, and this is the beauty, and this is why I want you to come out and support, because not only are you going to be treated great entertainment, but the communal theater, they do all this, like every show supports the community theater, and that building is owned by the community theater. And it's a nonprofit organization, and it's not like a brand new state-of-the-art building when they took over it. It was an old movie theater, and so many a dollar has been spent in that building to repair it, to upgrade it, to renovate it.
And blood, sweat, and tears.
Many a more dollar will be spent upgrading, repairing, renovating it, and doing that. And so it's kind of like, yes, there's a lot of cool stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to still be there. And so So sometimes things like wiring and sound doesn't always work as advertised.
Right. We just had to get our sound system rewired.
Sure.
Actually, now that you say that, and so we're still waiting on our new light board to come in, but we're
we have
managing.
lights for the show.
We're
We have
managing.
lights
So
for
let
the
there be
show.
light.
It's working for what we've got.
Even if you have to do the old school flashlight with the jar of honey in
It's
front
not
of that.
It's not quite that bad, but almost.
Boy, he
Yeah,
is really trying to stress me out for opening night. Can you
Yeah,
tell?
our light guy only had like 3 nights of practice.
Yes, our sound and lights guy. Once we got the lights set and everything, he's been at 3 rehearsals.
Poor guy.
Wow.
But I will say
he's a youngling also, so
Yes.
he learns fast.
That's right.
So that's
Well, and Mike, you know me, I'm the band mom, and so I recruited the band children to come and help backstage
Yes.
and
That's right.
sound and lights.
She's got all the
so-
band people helping.
Well,
yes.
Well, the first time I met Denise, she was coming with cowbell. So
yes, that's right. It's always with
Had a
cowbell.
fever.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
she rang it.
Yep.
On the air.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I believe that.
She cowbelled across the county.
Yes. My daughter teases me. She's like, Mom, they either know you for the cowbell band mom or the little theater. And I'm like, yeah, you
That's
know.
right.
You know what?
She does
It's
it
not
all.
bad things
She
to be
does it
known
all.
for.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's like
Could be
you know
worse.
what, you know, it's fun. Just don't put them together, you know. No cowbell.
no. We do
Cowbell
not-
the musical may not do so well.
Wait a minute.
that would work.
I'm getting inspired.
No.
Hear me out.
What if I get like those SNL rights and we could do the
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Aw, Zach. But
cowbell the musical? It's
yes,
coming.
I love that. I'm gonna work on that, y'all.
Stop giving her ideas.
All right, well, if this does hit Broadway, I want like a little name somewhere.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Well, you'll be in there, Mike. No
Idea
worries.
from Mike.
Right? Inspired by.
That's right.
But
in the meantime,
yes.
come see Now and Then, and
Yes.
come make it. Now, material, what's like age, like kids, what would be like over their head on this one? If you're thinking
I'm
like maybe teenage and up.
yeah, probably
'Cause there's-
teenage and
it's
up.
cursing and it's
Okay.
a love
bit.
story
Little
that
bit
they're
of
not
a
going to
babe, but
like. It's a
nothing-
very little cursing.
Nothing you're
yes,
gonna
but
not see on a Tuesday
kids
night
aren't
at
gonna
7 o'clock
enjoy-
on
Yeah,
ABC or whatever.
kids aren't
yeah.
going to enjoy it really.
It's just not for kids.
Well,
you
and
know,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
older.
I mean, it's
Right.
not that
It's not
you can
bad,
bring
but
them. It's just
they
they're
won't
gonna be
care.
bored. Is what
Yeah.
I'm
They
saying.
would be
Right.
bored out
Yeah.
of their minds.
And
yes,
you're going to be,
totally.
you know, then you have to get up 6 times to go, you know, get them
Yeah.
water
Miss the
and
good
to shut them up
parts,
with
you know.
candy.
Right.
Yeah.
The emotional monologues that Zach gives us. Yeah.
So I'm thinking a date night, or
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
or maybe if you have teenage kids, then maybe it's
yes.
fine for
All
them. so.
all our band kids need to come out and support our band kids. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Come out there while they're out there with you on Friday nights or in
Right.
competition. Come on
Right.
out here on this Friday night.
Yes, yes. And it's been so great. Like I said, my daughter's in it, and this is her senior year. So it's really fun to get to do this with her, too.
Cool.
The whole cast is amazing. They're so great.
So is your daughter like got the bug to do more plays now, you think?
Well, she's been involved in theater
Okay.
since like the first grade.
So yes.
Yeah.
She's been doing
in an answer, yes.
So let me ask this. Does she want to take this past school? Like, is this a career pursuit, perhaps?
It's more of a hobby,
Okay.
of a fun thing for her. So, and
She's going to be leaving us to go to college soon,
Oh.
so we're not going to have her
Where's she going
around
to school at?
to do them for a while.
thanks
I'm
for
sorry.
bringing that
I'm
up. Thank you
sorry.
so much.
Where's she going to school at?
She's going to go to Arizona Christian University.
That's not that far.
No, I know.
That's not far. I mean,
But as opposed to down the hall versus,
yeah. That's right.
But, and
Wow.
then the actor opposite her, he is a band kid at Goddard, Lane Steinhardt.
Okay.
And it's so funny because they've known each other since elementary school.
Wow.
And they're supposed to be playing, these two little lovebirds. And it's been so funny. I'm like, you have to act like you like each other. You have to like hold her hand. It's okay. And
Right.
They finally
They went through cooties together. They went through all.
Yeah.
Will you stop touching me? All the others, they went through all that together.
But they're doing amazing, and
they are. They're really doing great. I've known Alice since she was little. She was in one of my plays when she was like, I don't know, 4 years old or something like that. And she has really grown as an actress. She is doing a fantastic job, and Lane is really, really good too.
Yeah, this is his first production with RCLT, and
that's cool.
And they bring the emotion too, because they've got emotional
they
parts.
Really do. Alice does a really good job at that, for sure.
And
so proud.
Patty's
of her.
known me for a while. She performed with my mother and father when I was a infant in my mother's stomach.
Wow, she's not that old. I know she's. Y'all talk like she's 80. I'm like, no.
Thanks,
I'm
Mike.
just kidding.
Thanks for bringing that.
Yeah,
I've
known Zach.
I'm just kidding.
I've known Zach's parents since I got involved at the theater. The first play I did was with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
So
I get what you're.
Now here I am playing opposite of him. It's kind of weird.
My wife has very similar situation. She's a second grade teacher, and this is her 27th year of teaching.
Oh, wow.
And now she's going through what she calls her grand students.
Oh,
which are
yeah.
students of students, the kids of students from her,
Yeah.
Not only she's seeing her students as
your
adults,
dad,
but now she's teaching their kids at this point. So.
Wow.
It makes you feel older than you really are, but
it does. But that's, again, now and then. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
So, again, come on out. Bring a date. Bring
friends.
Friends. Make it a. We missed the immersive dinner for this one.
Yes, that was last Saturday.
Last weekend.
Yeah,
here.
it went very well, apparently.
Almost packed, right? Because
we
only had
sold
one
out.
no-show.
Awesome.
So
What was
people.
the meal associated with the
So
with this play?
since we're in an Irish pub, Mulligan's, we had Irish themed food,
like
the
corned
Valley
beef or kind of.
We had
shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie. Can't go wrong.
Cabbage and
That's much more safer. Most people say corned beef and cabbage, and they give you that look. It's like
Yeah.
it's really good.
It's good.
Give it a try. But shepherd's pie, you don't get that look so much.
Right, and the Valley Cafe catered for us,
man,
and it was really good.
Anthony Noble knows what he's doing over there.
Yes,
so,
yes.
So,
Yep.
If you missed out and you're like, dang, how'd I miss? They do usually for every major production like
We
this.
do,
There is an
yes.
immersive dinner. It's kind of a little more underground than the like as far as advertisements, because it's only available to as many tables as they can get on the stage of the theater,
Exactly.
basically.
Right.
So it's
Yes.
very
Yeah.
limited. So they
20
don't do a lot of
usually,
promotion
20.
on it because we can't accommodate a lot of people.
Right.
But it's an opportunity to get a little extra play. You get dinner, the cast. In character are your wait staff, and
Yes.
and they kind of give you more of the play. It's kind of a behind the scenes, a little bit more nuggets of information about
Yes.
the characters, things like that. It just gives you a little more of the show.
And you get to eat dinner on the stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is really cool. I mean, I think we take that for granted as actors and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
about being
it's
on
the
the stage.
stage.
And
It's a different view from up there.
Right.
Totally
And,
different.
audience, they don't get that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to be up there on the set.
And it's also too when you think that theater holds about 200 people. It's a good sized theater here.
192.
187.
But
Just kidding.
but
187.
but you don't like when you hear that number, you're like, oh, that doesn't seem too bad,
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, you get up on that stage and all you see is a sea of heads going into the dark. You're like, wow, there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
That's another reason we have those bright lights. They don't see all those people.
we don't
out
have
there.
to see all that.
So it's a different experience.
blinded.
So you do get that with the immersive dinner. But what I invite you to do, again, go to the website, the RoswellTheater.com website. There you can not only get tickets for this show, but see upcoming stuff in
Season tickets. we
season
sell
tickets, all that good
all
stuff.
Of that,
but,
yes.
but that's also where you'll find the immersive dinners. For instance, when is it around March time frame, the next big production?
Yes, the next one. And in fact, I'll do a little plug for them. They are having auditions for that play on the 14th and the 16th.
Okay.
I believe it's 7 o'clock.
Okay.
In the
Yes,
evening.
it is.
Okay.
Alethea Hartwell's directing that. It's
Excellent.
called The Explorers Club.
Yes, and you'll see information on the website there
Yes,
too. That's
yes, absolutely.
And but that they'll do an immersive dinner for
Yes,
that one. So I'm going to say
absolutely.
next month here, February time frame. be on the lookout for that up on the website to
Yes.
get tickets for the immersive dinner and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
That way you don't miss. Like if
It
you're
might
like, man,
even
I missed
already
this
be
one.
on there.
It may be.
She puts them on there pretty quick.
Be on the
Yeah.
lookout if you're wanting to try an immersive dinner. But all I'm saying is you got to be the early bird on that. one
Yes,
to get in.
definitely.
Yeah, and they're great because I know it's $50, but you get a fantastic meal. You get wine and charcuterie and all that
Charcuterie,
stuff
and then also-
ahead of time. A little social
Put it
thing,
this
and-
way: if you went
and so
to
it's really nice.
if you went to a restaurant or God forbid had it DoorDash to your house, it's 3 times that.
Oh, plus it includes a ticket to the show.
Yeah, and you get tickets
so you
to
get
the
to
show.
see the show
Yes,
as well.
yes.
later.
I was going to
Exactly.
say, don't forget that.
Yes.
So, absolutely.
I mean, you drop $50 for fast food nowadays.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sadly, yes.
Sheesh, it's
A
terrible.
couple pizzas. Next thing you know, you're like, man, I didn't know.
Right.
Hold on, I gotta hit the ATM. But yeah, come again. The Roswell Theater. Again, make sure you spell theater like live theater, theatre.com.
Yes.
It's also on Facebook. You can do a Google search or
We do
do
have
a
a
search there
Facebook
for Roswell
page.
Community Theater, and
Yes.
and that'll link you to if you click on events and things, it'll link
Right.
you to the website
Yep.
there.
Yes.
But come on out again now and then, this weekend and next, this tomorrow night and Saturday night at 7:30 p.m.,
Right.
Sunday at 2:30. Then we'll do it again all next Friday, Saturday night again, 7:30 evening performances, 2:30 Sunday matinee.
Yes.
RoswellTheater.com is your place to get tickets, and of course like the Facebook page, because a lot of times you'll put little like rehearsal behind the scenes stuff. So you want to read
Yes.
some more how the cast and crew's been doing through this process. You can get those updates on the Facebook page.
We actually just had a little contest because the big question, if you could go back and say, change something or tell your younger self something. And so we did a little video and we asked the cast in character, what they would say, and then put it out on our Facebook page and said, okay, if anybody, replies, answers the question, then they were entered into a drawing to win a ticket to the show.
For free.
And, yes, for free.
Sweet.
And so we had, I think, 6 or 7 people participate. And so we drew our winner at the general meeting on Tuesday. And our friend Diona, she won that free ticket. So, yeah, we try to, do fun stuff like
do
that.
Fun stuff. Be on the lookout. And
Yeah,
so,
we do little
so
lives.
so who knows? They might be giving away another pair or two over the next week or so. You
Yeah,
never know.
you never know. I might have some other great idea. Who knows?
never know.
Cowbell the musical. Coming soon, y'all.
A reverse Beauty and the Beast with cowbell.
I just hear like the teaser's just a slow like donk donk, like one little, and then it moves on. And
Yeah,
coming soon. Donk donk, and that's it.
Oh, Mike, you're giving her too many ideas. Slow down.
My daughter's about to leave for college. I need something
There you
to
go.
do.
She's
I
gonna
need
have
a project.
time on her hands. What's
See
she
that,
gonna
or
do?
she's going to work on YouTube. So maybe just kidding. Let me see what y'all up to.
She's already got too many other ideas going in her brain.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for braving the weather this morning. Stay safe. Be careful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Getting
Thank
to
you.
wherever Denise is taking y'all to breakfast at.
I'm telling you, it's not in the budget.
McDonald's.
Although he made a
probably.
lot of old people jokes. Maybe he ought to chip in for just kidding.
I mean, it's funny. We should go to the IHOP. That's where Alice's character, Abby, she works at the IHOP. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they offer senior discounts. There.
So watch out, IHOP, because we'll be there Friday night after
That's
the
right.
play.
We're coming to celebrate.
We'll be coming after the play to celebrate at IHOP.
There you go. Well, thank you guys. And,
Thank you for having
We'll
us.
see you this
Thank
weekend
you.
and break a leg.
Thank you.
Not this morning, Friday night.
Right.
Stay off the ice.
Figuratively.
Don't bring a leg on the
today.
ice on the
Right.
stage.
Oh my gosh.
You'll be jinxing us.
I
That's
God, if
terrible.
I feel so bad. If I will play no, that's not happening. I don't want to put that in either. All right, Sam.
He's stressing me out again.
I just stress myself out because I have a tendency to do those
He's trying
things.
to kill you.
All I'm saying is I've talked about celebrities and they mysteriously died. That's all I'm saying. I've got that power,
Lord.
and I'm scared of it, and I don't want to bring that out.
Okay, Mike,
Yikes.
talk about us winning the lottery.
Lottery.
Let's start with breakfast burritos. I could go for a breakfast burrito. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, 7:52. Let's do some news, Kim Commando, and weather, and all that good stuff. Don't go away.
With your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Roswell police say a man wanted for questioning as a person of interest in a murder case turned himself in. However, RPD did not say whether 35-year-old Christopher Cervantes was arrested. A day before, police had put out public alerts about Cervantes. They said he was wanted for questioning in the killing of 24-year-old Marco Antonio Munoz, whose body was found in the street by a passerby near East Chisholm and Cahoon. Munoz had been shot several times. Authorities in Hobbs have released dash cam pictures that show a moment before an officer-involved shooting during a traffic stop. The video shows Jesus Rubio immediately exiting his car, turning to face the troopers, and clearly drawing a firing stance, as if to point a gun or a weapon directly at the troopers. It is not clear in the video, however, if Rubio was actually holding a weapon. Troopers say Rubio exited the vehicle despite repeated commands to stay inside his car. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Have you looked at your smartphone lately? It's a mess. Apps all over the place and so many you never use. Let's clean up that phone. It takes just a few minutes. I'm Kim Commando for Total AV, the award-winning antivirus software for just $19 a year right now at protectwithkim.com. Here are some quick tips to get your smartphone back in shape. If you have an iPhone, check your app usage under your screen time settings. From there, you'll see a snapshot of which apps you spend the most time on. You can do the same on Android. Head to your settings, tap on the Digital Wellbeing and Parental Controls button, then delete apps you no longer use. Candy Crush and that intermittent fasting app you used for a week, we're talking about you. Next, remove duplicate photos and deep clean voicemails. They take up a lot of storage space. Now, if you don't want to delete voicemails from loved ones, simply save them to your Google Drive or another cloud account for safekeeping. Join over 600,000 people who get my free newsletter. Sign up at getkim.com. I hear this a lot. Bob from Chicago wrote me, I thought I was being careful. I got an email from my bank that looked legit. It said that there was suspicious activity, so I logged in to secure my account. A minute later, my money was gone and I was locked out of my account. Wow. Even the most careful people can get caught up by these clever hackers and scammers. That's why you need solid antivirus protection that instantly blocks harmful malware threats and viruses in real time, keeping your personal data and identity safe. Total AV is the award-winning antivirus software that I use and trust, and so do 35 million other people. Now, it could have stopped this from happening. Here's what you need to do. Go to protectwithkim.com right now and get Total AV for just $19 for the first year, covering up to 5 devices, including Windows, Macs, and smartphones. That's protectwithkim.com. Now, don't wait. I want you to go right now. Your security matters. Get protected right now. Go to protectwithkim.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure working its way through our area today. Some snow showers possible. Will be in the mid-30s. Not much accumulation, maybe an inch or so for a few areas. Scattered snow showers this evening and then clearing up a little bit after midnight. We're in the low 20s and then we're back to sunshine on Friday. Still cool. We'll hit about 40 on the afternoon highs. Sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton and that's your latest forecast.
Before we jump right back into basketball, let's give you some more selections for all-state football from this past fall. We already told you about Roswell High. How about Goddard? Nathan Reed was first-team selection for 5A at inside linebacker, and Jalen Payne, honorable mention, at inside linebacker, too. And for Dexter, a whole mess of guys. The Demons, remember, made it to within an inch of winning a state championship in Class 3A, and 12 of their guys were selected all-state. Jose Aguirre, first-team all-state offensive lineman. Diego Munoz, first-team inside linebacker. Garrett Gonzalez, first-team outside linebacker. Kaysen George, first-team defensive back. And second-team Hector Ramirez at center. Angel Jimenez, O-line. Tayan Raja at offensive line. Omar Toya at running back. Evandre Aguilar, defensive end. Fernando Prieto at defensive line. Arrigo Regalado, inside linebacker. And Isaac Ramirez at defensive back. Woo! The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Federal Reserve officials agreed that inflation is likely to continue to slow this year. It also saw a rising risk that price pressures may remain sticky as policymakers begin wrestling with the impact of a 25% tariff on Canadian imports. Albertsons executives focused on moving on from its scuttled merger with Kroger on Wednesday, as the supermarket chain raised its profit forecast and its CEO talked up investments meant to weather competition from bigger retailers. The company is looking to build its digital sales and retail media business. Volkswagen's management will take pay cuts adding up to over 300 million euros. That's according to comments made by VW Human Resources Board members to reporters. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hey Roswell, Happy New Year! Roswell Ford has a New Year's resolution you're gonna love. We resolve to sell more new Fords in 2025, so we're gonna make it super fun, super fast, and super easy, just for you. In fact, we'll give you the price we'd give to a friend or family member right up front. So bring us any trade in any condition. Don't even wash it, because at Roswell Ford, all trades are welcome. Making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? We can help. We'll take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders, all with great rates and terms for good credit, no credit, and even bad credit, with rates as low as 0% APR. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Huge savings, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance, plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
Do you know that almost 75% of the time a roof gets replaced, something totally weird or unexpected or bizarre happens? Well, here's the thing. Trustmark Roofing is always prepared for the unexpected. That's why they always have a project superintendent on site at your home at all times to handle those weird, bizarre things as they pop up. Things like, I don't know, an unexpected layer of wood shake shingles under your shingles, or rotted out decking boards, problems with flashing or ridges, or missing supplies that somebody needs to chase down. Those are the kinds of problems that normally grind other crews from other roofing companies to a halt and delay the project, but not with the super awesome superintendent there. See, he's equipped to handle any problem and keep the project moving along smoothly. Just one more way they do things better at Trustmark Roofing. If you have any roofing needs, call them at 575-755-ROOF or find them online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
On a sunny and cold day in the nation's capital, official Washington turns out to bid farewell to Jimmy Carter. The former president's state funeral just getting underway.
Precisely at 9 o'clock this morning at the U.S. Capitol. A former military guard brings the casket of the 39th president to the motorcade. The motorcade traveling westward across town to the heights of Massachusetts Avenue, the site of the Washington National Cathedral, where President Carter's state funeral is beginning at this hour. President Joe Biden will be eulogizing Mr. Carter at the cathedral during the service, which is beginning at this hour.
Correspondent George Williams has later today plans for a small private service in Plains, Georgia. Wind-driven California wildfires continue to rage in Los Angeles County. The death toll at least 5. Thousands of buildings, including many homes, have been destroyed as the fire ravages communities from the Pacific Coast to inland Pasadena.
Residents are fleeing from burning homes through flames, ferocious winds, and towering clouds of smoke. Actor Steve Guttenberg told Sky News what evacuations looked like in Manhattan Beach.
There were people in wheelchairs trying to get out who didn't have time to put their footrests on. And we had to figure out how to pop a wheelie with these wheelchairs. There were little kids. There were mothers trying to find their kids. There were anxiety, panic attacks. It's terrible.
I'm Haya Panjwani.
Winter storm warnings, watches, and advisories stretching from the southern plains to the southeast as another winter storm cranks up. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
One of the latest Russian attacks targets southern Ukraine.
Ukrainian officials have said that a Russian missile attack in the southern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia has killed at least 13 civilians and injured about 30 others. Minutes before the attack, regional governor Ivan Fedorov warned of a threat of high-speed missiles and glide bombs being fired at the Zaporizhia region. Russia has frequently launched aerial attacks on civilian areas during the almost 3-year war. I'm Karen Chamas.
Taiwan demonstrating its sea defenses against a potential Chinese attack as tensions rise with Beijing. Part of a multi-tiered strategy to deter an invasion from the mainland. The island's navy highlighting its fast attack missile boats and corvettes in waters near Taiwan's largest port. It's a major hub for international trade, and it's considered a key resupplying Chinese forces should they establish a beachhead on the island. News and analysis at townhall.com. From Boston to Florida, authorities investigate 2 JetBlue incidents in as many days.
Someone on a JetBlue flight taking off from Boston's Logan Airport Tuesday suddenly opened an exit door and was quickly restrained by other passengers. The pilot's conversation with air traffic control caught on live ATC.
Yes, Howard, go ahead, JetBlue 161.
Just confirming that no one has left the aircraft.
That's confirmed. No one has left the aircraft. They've got them subdued in the back. Just the slide has deployed.
Monday night, 2 bodies were found in the wheel well of a JetBlue plane landing at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Plane was traveling from JFK but had also been in Jamaica and Salt Lake City, according to FlightAware tracking. However, their identities are still unknown. I'm Julie Walker.
U.S. longshoremen have reached a contract agreement with ports and shippers. It averts a potential strike that could have harmed the American economy. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
I missed the final countdown. The deuce.
There, just for you.
Thanks.
Anyway, happy snowy Thursday.
Yeah, indeed. It is still coming down. Fresh powder, as they say.
Yeah.
It's nice. You know what? Everything's, closed or delayed, mostly closed. So this is a great chance to go find yourself a nice, completely untouched field of snow and write your name in it.
Yeah, I think this might be good snowman snow.
This does feel like good snowman stuff.
I haven't got into it.
It's good packing stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, It feels like it's packed.
It's a little wetter, so yeah, it's very packable.
It's not as powdery. It's a little more damp.
And it's definitely sticking around. So yeah, bundle the kids up and go make some snowmen. Get some snow people.
Get your Wonder Bread bags ready for the feet season. This is that day. This is the Wonder Bread.
The Wonder Bread bag day. You gotta love it. Yeah,
Get back on. Were we off?
Who?
Mike, did you guys get back? Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. Yes, I did.
We did, in fact, yes.
I thought, like you said, like on air. Like, are we off air? No. Full peel back of the curtain. I was going to Lubbock this morning. Came back. Yeah, it's a thing. I've been up. I've seen the roads. They suck.
Yeah,
stay off them.
It ain't great.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Don't stay inside. Stay warm. Pretty much everything on is closed for the day. EMU Roswell's closed. Roswell Independent School District.
Yeah, I've seen
virtual learning.
I've seen a couple courts still on 2-hour delays. I've not heard last I checked.
I just checked the EMU Ruidoso, and they are still on a 2-hour delay.
Yeah, the schools are closed, but the public schools are closed. The courts and the college are still on a 2-hour delay. In Ruidoso. Yes. Roswell, the EMU is closed today here. It still says Chavez County Magistrate Court on a 2-hour delay. I have not seen an update on that one yet. If I do get one, I'll let you know. So that one's still on open. Down in Lee County, they're still on 3-hour delays down there. So Carlsbad's not even mentioned, but Hobbs and Loving are on 3-hour delays. Lee County District Court is closed today, so I don't know. But so it's a little hit or miss.
Kind of all over the place.
But Lake Arthur, Cloudcroft, the Joy Center, that's a new one we've added. That's closed. Capitan, EMU Roswell, the Ruidoso Magistrate Court, like I said, 2-hour delay. Ruidoso Schools closed. Dexter, Hagerman, schools closed there today. Lake Arthur. And like I said, 5th Judicial Court for Chavez and Eddy County both closed today. And then, of course, the Roswell Independent School District has shifted to virtual learning, which means no in-person learning. Matter of fact, if you're kind of confuddled on that, stick around. We're going to have Superintendent Brian Luck. He's going to join us on the telephone here in about 5-10 minutes, and we'll get an update from him on, all that good stuff.
All the need-to-know info.
Yeah. So tell friends and family. We'll have Brian Luck on here in just a wee bit.
On another note, I just discovered a reason I need to go to Texas in the very near future.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, they just, like a week after I was driving through there.
It's got to be Buc-ee's related.
They just opened the Buc-ee's in Amarillo. And I just made the discovery that beaver nuggets in milk is like the greatest thing ever. So now I'm going to have to go and stock up on like 16 bags of beaver nuggets just so I'm ready for for the next half year or so.
I'm a little naive. What is exactly in a beaver nugget?
A beaver nugget. I thought I had brought them in so you could try them, but
I don't recall.
I can't recall either.
Yeah.
A beaver nugget is basically it's a piece of puffed corn.
Okay.
That is coated in this like maple.
So there's no meat involved.
No.
I just figured beaver nugget's going to be.
Well,
like
that's the throw off is what the but it's apparently they have there's a similar product that Utz makes, and maybe you've heard of it called puffin corn.
Okay.
It's similar to that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But it's like they're awesome. They're amazing. If I can procure some, I will bring them in so we can try them.
So eating them like a cereal is delicious?
Apparently, yeah. Adding those to milk is like corn pops on steroids.
Okay.
And corn pops.
That's what I was wondering, if it's like the Kellogg's corn pops.
That's essentially what they taste like, but like that, but with like a sweet coating on it.
Now, full pull back the curtain. I was not a corn pops.
Oh, I loved corn pops.
That was very mid for me, was corn pops.
Corn pops had the most consistent ad campaign of all of them. It was the Jaws music.
Oh, yeah. It was,
and at the end, gotta have my pops.
The corn pop marketing was great.
Them and
cereal
Kix
itself was not that good.
Them and Kix had great marketing, although the difference was the taste. I was never a Kix kid. I was definitely a corn pops kid.
Yeah, Kix was like that even your parents will love it. You know,
it's a sweet corn crunch that kids love.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's disgusting.
Yeah. So, I'm going to have to go and stock up for sure on the nugs.
Okay.
What's this now?
I keep hearing the text to fly.
Yeah, your phone's blowing up. Mine, I'm just now getting...
Sorry, it's one of those mornings where I've got to pay attention to the phone because I get updates, so I have to do that and get distracted in here. Like I said, then I go update the list on there and apologize if I don't get it as fast as everybody else, but I'm trying to get it up there. So but it's pretty good right now. I spent over the top of the hour break. I spent a lot of time updating that list and getting it updated pretty good. So it's about as good as I got it for the now till about 30 minutes from now when it gets changed again.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where we're at.
We're updated until the updates come in, and we'll update those updates.
That's right. Then Facebook started asking me questions about creating an event, and I started to go down that rabbit hole. I was like, no, I ain't got time for this. And then it's really hard to back out of that because Facebook, like depending on what you're doing Facebook on, it's like three different experiences.
Yeah, 100%.
Like on my tablet or my phone, I can navigate Facebook pretty easy. But when I get on this computer, and then I'm like if I want to, I can't. And this is part of my problem where I don't just have my Facebook page. Like I have my Facebook page.
Right.
But then you and I, we also are admins on the full radio station.
Sure.
And so on days like this, I have to kind of go back and forth, sharing and shifting and all that. But what I usually do is I'll post to the talk page and then I'll share via the other ones. But like on my iPad or whatever, I can literally share, boom, 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 boom. If I get on the computer, it wants to switch profiles and do this thing and make me pat my head, rub my tummy, and do all this other garbage.
You got to be in each. And actually, I think they updated it because I updated the schedule to say that the Artesia schools were closed.
Yeah.
And I went to check on the KSVP page.
And automatically
page
updates.
And automatically
it does do that. But, so I don't have to reshare like that. But when I initially shared it the first time, so I create the list, then I shared it to the others. But when I do that, when I do it on my tablet, it's easy. When I do it on this computer, it wants me to give my firstborn and ask, what's this password and how many kids.
Stand on one leg, flush the toilet.
How many Brady kids were there? What?
6.
All these useful nuggets of information. All right, it is 8:14.
Nuggets. You've been said nuggets again.
I still haven't tried them one nuggets, but I got to.
Yeah.
Even though I've not heard good things, I must experience the badness for myself. We're going to get Superintendent Brian Luck on the phone here in just a bit, but first, let's take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure working its way through our area today. Some snow showers possible. Will be in the mid-30s. Not much accumulation, maybe an inch or so for a few areas. Scattered snow showers this evening and then clearing up a little bit after midnight. We're in the low 20s and then we're back to sunshine on Friday. Still cool. We'll hit about 40 on the afternoon highs. Sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, still snowing. A little fog and mist out to go with that, too. Visibility's not the best out there either. Currently 27 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 89%. Winds are currently out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Winter weather advisory remains in effect through 11 p.m. this evening. We are looking at snow showers. Highs only right at freezing today, 32. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour this morning. Out of the north, 10 to 15 miles per hour this afternoon. We are looking at 90% chance of accumulation. Keep guys, it's snowing now, so we don't tell you. But they're saying 1 to 3 total is what they're still calling for possible today. Tonight, we're looking at a 60% chance of snow showers continuing. It should be wrapping up about 11. Cloudy during the early evening, then gradually clearing with an overnight low of 20. Will be breezy tonight out of the north, 15 to 20 miles per hour. They're expecting less than a half an inch of rain or snow this evening. For you Friday, sunny skies but cold. 37 are high. Winds will be out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear. Overnight low of 17. These overnight lows are getting. Please help Food Not Bombs and organizations like that help these homeless folks. These 17s, that's not good. Southwest winds 5 miles per hour. And then for the weekend on Saturday, sunny and 51, sunny and 45 on Sunday. And we'll be in the mid-40s to start your work week next week. All right, it is 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a 2-minute break, And then we'll get Brian Luck on the phone, and we'll chit-chat with him, get an update, and talk about the virtual learning and all that good stuff. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Strong women need strong partners to help them lead their healthiest lives. At Artesia General Hospital, Dr. Scott Beard and nurse practitioner Lori Crockett deliver compassionate, holistic care to women at every age and stage. From routine checkups to diagnostic testing and specialty services like urogynecology, you can expect the most innovative, personalized care close to home. Learn more about women's services at Artesia General Hospital online at artesiageneral.com/women or by calling 575-736-8394. Many women's services are also offered in Carlsbad.
Are you ready to succeed? The health education programs at ENMU Roswell can set you up for success with a wide variety of courses such as emergency medical services, fire science, medical assisting, nursing, and respiratory therapy. ENMU Roswell can prepare you for a rewarding career in the healthcare industry. ENMUR stacks courses in order to get the student into a job as quickly as possible while creating a pathway for more advanced certifications, licenses, and degrees. Eastern New Mexico University Roswell. Success starts here.
Whether it's NFL on Thursday, Sunday, or Monday night, or college football, Game Day Roswell is your #1 destination, with a kitchen open for all your favorite snacks and apps, and a stocked bar with a full line of beers and spirits, with happy hour pricing all the time, including $4 bottles and $5 16-ounce tap. And try the Game Day Signature Shot Cinnamon Rocky Mountain Honey Whiskey, open Monday through Friday at 3, Saturdays at 11, and Sundays at 10:30 at 913 South Sunset in Roswell. Game Day, the place to go for sports.
Central Valley Electric is continually learning and advancing technology that improves electric service, reliability, and safety, and in turn enhancing the quality of life for members that we serve in our local communities. CVE offers an account management program called Smart Hub that allows members to track their usage, set up convenient pay methods, and the ability to manage their energy use with smart technologies. A secure system such as Smart Hub is an easy tool to use. To sign up, visit cvecoop.org and click Smart Hub to get started.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us on the phone this morning, Superintendent for the Roswell Independent School District, Brian Luck, joining us today. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Mike, I'm good. How are you today, buddy?
Doing good. Of course, weather not exactly cooperating with us this morning, but fortunately, this is thanks to the world of technology and things. Now, not all is lost for school today for kids in our ISD.
No. Actually, if there was anything positive that came out of our fun a couple of years ago, that would be this. We have the ability to deliver a little bit of instruction so that we can go ahead and count the day so that we're not having to make this one up.
Good deal. So as far as like for parents and kids, what does that routine mean for them today? If there's folks that are a little confused about that, what should they be doing today?
It's going to be a little different for each school. We kind of gave the buildings a little bit of freedom. The one thing that we have asked is that each building had a plan, and that at each different grade level, because of the age of the kids, it might look a little different. So for some, it may be, some of our younger kids, it may be some packets of some worksheets and some do-over stuff, some practice, some multiplication facts, some stories to read and answer some questions about. As the kiddos come up in age bracket, we've, asked the teachers to be available and have an office hour, some type of an ability for actually delivering some instruction. We use a platform called Canvas, and both of our two large high schools, as well as UHS and early college, have the ability to basically put almost everything that they've got online. So like I said, it shouldn't be the end of the world. I apologize for those that were wanting just the total snow day off and don't think about it, but we're very blessed that we're not having to come back in June, late May or June, and make this one up. So.
I will say, yeah, you'll be very thankful for this when you don't, when summer starts when summer is supposed to start.
Yes, exactly.
But if it sounds like, so if you really, if any particular parent is confused, reach out to your instructors, your teachers. If it's a high school, probably whatever particular instructor for particular course you're having an issue with, and they'll be happy to work with you on that. Or but since we're folks that you have kids, you've gone through these Canvas portals. You're probably most all of you should be familiar with these at this point. So if not, reach out and they'll be happy to help you navigate through some of that stuff. So
well, and the thing too is we're not looking for any kind of punitive action.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get on a snow day, and therefore
right.
You don't get
You're
this, you don't get that.
Whatever. Yeah,
it's available, and we've got kids and parents and people that have I manned the switchboard yesterday morning on purpose, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. And we were talking to a couple different parents, and they called, and they're just like, well, I really don't feel comfortable driving today. And I said, well, don't.
Yeah.
You're the parent, and that is 1,000% your job, and you're right. And just notify the school that your kiddo is going to be absent today. And on something like this today, if they're having trouble, get a hold of the school, especially if they're, like you said, the mid school or the high school kids. They all have the ability, and they're required on a lot of their assignments to have a virtual platform as far as being able to get in communication with their teachers, email their teachers.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would call the buildings right now. I'm looking out my window, and it is.
So you're going to get a lot of ghost rings.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty hard.
Yeah.
But like I said, as far as it's a day for us, and we're going to do the best we can and try to put our best foot forward and still be able to count it for purposes.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely here. And of course, obviously, we'll worry about tomorrow here. But based on the weather reports, I think, there'll probably be snow on the ground, but I think we're done with this tonight. So is what it sounds like. So.
Well, we thought we were done. We didn't think we were going to have it quite this early. And God answers prayers, because I was sure worried about what I was going to do if it started snowing at about 8 with, 19 buildings full of kids, and he took care of that for me today, so I appreciate that.
I was the same, because I went to bed reading the reports and said, oh yeah, we're supposed to maybe get a half inch tonight or something, if that. And then I looked, because like I said, I was going to go to Lubbock. I read theirs, and they weren't supposed to get nothing. And I'm like, okay. I got it this morning, and I was like, oh man, that's a little more than a half an inch. And then I got on NM roads, and I looked, and I said, well, everything going west is awful on here, but east is nothing. So I said, all right, let's do this. And I said, that's a bad idea. And got about a third of the way to Tatum and said, and then I went and looked at the Lubbock report, and it was supposed to get another 3 inches today too. And I was like, this is just stupid. So I came back, and now I'm here this morning. But yeah.
We start this process at about 4, give or take. And there's 3 of us. There's a gentleman from the bus company, and then 2 of us here from the district. And it's high tech. We get in our trucks and we drive around. And when we first started, we were all kind of like, well, maybe we can go at regular time.
Yeah.
And as we shifted to about 5:15, and kind of made the decision, like, well, the district is a big place, and although parts of town were really clear, some weren't.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, let's do a 2-hour delay, let everything clear up, and then we'll be ready to go. And I sat at the bowling alley at about 5:30, and I started texting everybody. And from the time I drove from the bowling alley to, I live northwest of Walmart.
Okay.
By the time I got home, I was in 4-wheel drive, and I didn't even know. And I drive that road every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know where I'm at on this road.
Yeah.
So it changes so fast.
It does.
And
especially out in our desolate part of the country, it's especially when you get out in the middle of nowhere and the wind blows things places, it gets very visibility gets bad. Even if it's only an inch, if it's blowing that hard, it really makes driving and navigating very difficult. So, our farmers, our ranchers, our agricultural-based community, we need the moisture so bad. Mm-hmm.
And it's going to do great things, and we'll knock out these next 2 days and see what the heck's fixing to happen. We're trying to finalize. We've got some sporting events that we're working on, basically looking at some reschedules.
Okay.
If it's, we kind of go with that mindset that if it's too dangerous to be in class, it's pretty much too dangerous to go play and have fun.
Right. You don't want to put a school bus full of kids to go to school. You don't want to put a school bus full of kids going to a gymnasium either.
Well, you know what?
You don't have to.
No, and we've done our fair shares of pulling up on accidents, and you know, I will never forget walking into an emergency room and having parents look at me that put their kids on a bus that morning and thought everything was going to be fun and, you know, fine and dandy, and that's a sick feeling. I don't wish that for anybody, and you know, it is unfortunate, and, you know, we'll reschedule.
Sure. It's just a basketball game. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Cooper's downstairs right now. I don't think he has any hair left, but that's okay. He needs to join the rest of us.
I don't know.
So
I think he's
all
got
right.
ice in his veins. That guy never gets rattled.
No, I know he doesn't care for this. Well, and you know what? It's funny. He's a competitor, and you want to play. You know, you practice. You want to play. Whether that be a robotics trip or a chorus concert or anything like that, you know, you've done your work, but you know, we're always going to look at that student safety, which is ultimately why we have 2 hour delays and snow days. So
we'd rather err on the side of caution and put egg on our face rather than not and end up causing a tragedy. That's not what
absolutely.
So, yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, Brian, before we let you get back to it, because I'm sure you got about 20 other fires to stomp out and everything. Well, not literal fires. It's pretty cold, but you know what I mean.
Might stand by those if they're outside.
That's right. I say, bring a barrel. But any other information we failed to cover or talk about that you want to make sure we got out to everybody?
No, I just if somebody's hearing this, or you're in conversation over the weekend or church or wherever, and somebody says, I don't get those messages, or I don't understand that. And I'm not a Facebook person, and my social media account, you know, our solid go-to that we must have is we have to have people's correct phone numbers in our system.
Yep.
I have enough incorrect numbers in my system that I call lots of people that really don't care if we're closed. But those people that have kiddos, and if you've changed your phone over Christmas, or you've got a new device, or you're just not getting the calls, please contact those schools and find out why your number is not getting that call. Because, you know, my assumption, which I know I shouldn't do, is that that's reaching everybody, and I know it's not. But I don't have any other mechanism that I can go by. So
that's short of addresses and sending snail mail, which we all know that doesn't work either. So it's just it really and to be honest, the one time you really need to get a hold of these folks most of the time is where time is of the essence, and trying to track down a good number is not really something that's available to be done at that particular time. So,
well, I tell you what, if you look out your window right now and you look at the weather forecast, they're probably going to be getting a robocall tonight that says something like, "Be careful, we're good to go, we're 2 hour delay," or I don't know. Now, there were some reports earlier from someone that I did not contact that had already said that we were canceled. So we're not canceled until you actually hear it from us, please.
Absolutely. So. And I will tell you this right now, before I put anything out on our stuff, I'm hearing from either Brian or one of his representatives before I do anything. Despite, even though I know, because sometimes you beat my wife, sometimes my wife beats you. It's hit or miss. This morning you beat my wife by a millisecond. I was getting your text, and about a minute later, my wife's telling me.
That whole I stopped at the bowling alley thing, I texted about 4,000 people right there. But,
I'm sure. I'm sure I'm one of many.
I appreciate the opportunity to get on, Mike. And like I said, if they got questions, call the individual schools. And if they still don't get good answers, then don't hesitate to call on down, and we'll see if we can help them.
Excellent. Well, thank you, sir, and thanks for all you do. And anything else we can do to help you, let us know.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bud.
Take care, Brian.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, that was Brian Luck, superintendent for the Roswell Independent School District, talking a little bit more about what the virtual learning day means. And like I said, a lot of your kiddos have already had stuff put in place through their portals and things. You'll find their workloads. Like Brian had said, it's different from the different grade levels. Your elementary levels, it's more like work packets and things, whereas middle school and high school, they've got assignments and things that are through there that are already part of the regular curriculum anyway. So should really be pretty smooth transition. But if you have any questions or issues with that, don't hesitate to reach out to your schools, your teachers to get some help through that. All right, it is 8:31. Let's go ahead and pause for news, Chaves County sports update, and all that good stuff, and then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Roswell police say a man wanted for questioning as a person of interest in a murder case turned himself in. However, RPD did not say whether 35-year-old Christopher Cervantes was arrested. A day before, police had put out public alerts about Cervantes. They said he was wanted for questioning in the killing of 24-year-old Marco Antonio Munoz, whose body was found in the street by a passerby near East Chisholm and Cahoon. Munoz had been shot several times. Authorities in Hobbs have released dash cam pictures that show a moment before an officer-involved shooting during a traffic stop. The video shows Jesus Rubio immediately exiting his car, turning to face the troopers, and clearly drawing a firing stance, as if to point a gun or a weapon directly at the troopers. It is not clear in the video, however, if Rubio was actually holding a weapon. Troopers say Rubio exited the vehicle despite repeated commands to stay inside his car. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Before we jump right back into basketball, let's give you some more selections for all-state football from this past fall. We already told you about Roswell High. How about Goddard? Nathan Reed was first-team selection for 5A at inside linebacker, and Jalen Payne, honorable mention, at inside linebacker, too. And for Dexter, a whole mess of guys. The Demons, remember, made it to within an inch of winning a state championship in Class 3A, and 12 of their guys were selected all-state. Jose Aguirre, first-team all-state offensive lineman. Diego Munoz, first-team inside linebacker. Garrett Gonzalez, first-team outside linebacker. Kaysen George, first-team defensive back. And second-team Hector Ramirez at center. Angel Jimenez, O-line. Tayan Raja at offensive line. Omar Toya at running back. Evandre Aguilar, defensive end. Fernando Prieto at defensive line. Rigo Regalado, inside linebacker. And Isaac Ramirez at defensive back. Woo! The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure working its way through our area today. Some snow showers possible. Will be in the mid-30s. Not much accumulation, maybe an inch or so for a few areas. Scattered snow showers this evening and then clearing up a little bit after midnight. We're in the low 20s and then we're back to sunshine on Friday. Still cool. We'll hit about 40 on the afternoon highs. Sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report.
I'm James Flippin. U.S. stocks finished mixed yesterday. The stock market closed today in observance of the National Day of Mourning following the passing of former President Jimmy Carter. Wall Street here continuing to weigh persistent inflationary pressures as traders are trying to make sense of what could be coming in terms of rate cuts throughout 2025. Minutes released from the Fed's December meeting show that the committee participants took a more hawkish tone concerning the impact of inflation on the broader economy. So the market trying to make sense of what could be coming, maybe fewer rate cuts in the coming 12 months. Bond yields have been rising lately, putting pressure on stocks, but rates wavered yesterday. The rate on the benchmark 10-year note did top 4.7% at one point, getting up near levels last seen in late April. In economic data, quiet today. You can look for comments from several Fed officials. As for the data released yesterday, ADP says private sector companies added 122,000 jobs in December. That was below expectations. Initial jobless claims declined unexpectedly, and consumer credit unexpectedly declined in December, putting pressure on the greenback. With business, I'm James Flippin.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report.
This is Judge Janine Pirro with an important message. A mom and her son were being followed by a man in a parking lot. As he approached their car, she pulled out her Byrna launcher, and the sight of it was enough to make him flee. Byrna gives you the power to protect your family without lethal force. No permits, no background checks, just peace of mind. Visit Byrna.com and use code Janine for 10% off. Remember, Byrna isn't legal in New York City or Yonkers. Stay safe. Stay prepared.
Hey, Roswell, Happy New Year. Roswell Ford has a New Year's resolution you're going to love. We resolve to sell more new Fords in 2025, so we're going to make it super fun, super fast, and super easy, just for you. In fact, we'll give you the price we'd give to a friend or family member right up front. So bring us any trade in any condition. Don't even wash it, because at Roswell Ford, all trades are welcome. Making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? We can help. We'll take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders, all with great rates and terms for good credit, no credit, and even bad credit, with rates as low as 0% APR. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10 grand. Huge savings, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance, plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
Cinnabon is now open inside Schlotsky's in Artesia, home of the ooey gooeyest, cinnamoniest buns in the business. Try the Cinnabon Classic Roll with their signature cream cheese frosting. Go mini with the Mini Bun Cinepacks. Big flavor in mini bun packs of 9 or 15. Or journey to the center of the roll. The best part of the roll with even more ooey gooey goodness. Whatever you're craving, they have exactly what you need. Oh, it's true, and it's waiting for you. Only at Cinnabon, now open inside Schlotsky's in Artesia. Because sometimes life needs frosting. Whether it's NFL on Thursday, Sunday, or Monday night, or college football, Game Day Roswell is your #1 destination, with a kitchen open for all your favorite snacks and apps, and a stock bar with a full line of beers and spirits, with happy hour pricing all the time, including $4 bottles and $5 16-ounce tap. And try the Game Day Signature Shot Cinnamon Rocky Mountain Honey Whiskey, open Monday through Friday at 3, Saturdays at 11, and Sundays at 10:30 at 913 South Sunset in Roswell. Game Day, the place to go for sports.
Are you looking for something fresh, or are you trying to find that confident smile you once had? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and I would like to invite you to our office to experience a new kind of dentistry. We have the most advanced technology and a highly trained team to provide you the best experience possible. Whether you're looking for a bright new smile or just want to make sure everything checks out for the best, call us today and set up your appointment for your next great experience.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455. Do you know what the hardest part of dealing with a roofer is? Just trying to get them on the phone. Trustmark Roofing wants you to know you can always trust Trustmark Roofing to answer their phones. You need a free roof inspection? Just call 575-755-ROOF, and the phone will be answered by a live person, a real human being. Have a roofing project already going with them and need to discuss it? Just call 575-755-ROOF, and Trustmark Roofing will answer the phone. No answering machines, no voicemails, no weird robot automated attendant. That's because at Trustmark Roofing, they're all about relationships and treating people right. That's true for customers and vendors and insurance companies and employers, anyone and everyone who comes in contact with Trustmark Roofing. So if you have any roofing needs at all, trust Trustmark to treat you right and answer the phone. The number again, 575-755-ROOF, or find them online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
As you look forward to the new year, you may be making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Things like exercising regularly, eating healthier, or something else that you may not do any longer than the first week of the year. How about you take a different approach for this year's resolution? Instead of focusing on yourself, come up with a resolution that can help others. Look around you and see where there's a need and resolve to meet that need. It could be helping out once a month at a local nonprofit. It could be writing an encouraging note every week to someone who's sick or dealing with a difficult time. It could be intentionally sharing the story of how God has made a difference in your life. At Country Club Road, we are making resolutions for the future with this mission: know Jesus and make Jesus known. We invite you to join us as we work together to develop our Vision 2030 plan titled For All That You're Going to Do. Happy New Year and God bless.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Slugs have 4 noses, but no fingers to pick them. Here's Mike Winters.
Such is life. Good morning. It is 41 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome back to, I'm sorry, I was on the phone, so I was using quiet. The program, and because when it on air, I was having trouble hearing him because it was real quiet. So I went on program and cranked it up so I could hear him. So now, is that good?
Yeah, we're good. We're
all right.
We're good.
Too loud?
No, perfect.
All right.
I was just worried. Like, are we low? Are we low air?
No, I was playing with audio.
This snow always makes me wonder things about things, Ooh,
let's see. I took a shot right before I went on the
fun.
radio. Hopefully they will be called the Redskins again.
Yeah.
There was and just pull back of the curtain. There was an inner thing, and our boss shared a meme or a article saying that Micah Parsons said the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl next year or something like that. And of course, our resident Cowboys fan, Thomas, let's go, bring it on. I said he's going to be a Commander in 2 years.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm right. Because little does he know, Micah Parsons loves him some Dan Quinn.
Really?
They are boys.
Huh.
Dan Quinn is the head coach of the Commanders.
Okay.
Dan Quinn used to be the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. That's how he has a relationship with Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Micah Parsons are tight. Like Micah Parsons talks about him like he's his mentor,
Oh, wow.
And so all I'm saying is if Micah Parsons has an opportunity when he's a free agent to go work with Dan Quinn, I'm going to think he's going to take it. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
So I think I'm right. But, I mean, I could be wrong. But they might back up the Brinks truck there in Dallas land to keep Micah Parsons. But I don't see how they can do that and pay Dak and everybody else. So we'll see.
Well, besides the fact they have
CeeDee Lamb.
bottomless money, essentially.
Well, they don't. That's just it. That's the problem. It's all tied up in CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
They're broke. I mean, they got money, but
Yeah.
as far as salary cap issues, they've got salary cap issues. They don't. They're paying too much money to Dak and CeeDee Lamb, and they can't afford anybody else. So, and when Micah Parsons going to get paid, they're going to have to figure that one out. So.
Make it worth their while. His while. They can't.
It's exactly what the 49ers are going through now. The 49ers, you remember all them great players? They got Deebo Samuels and Kitna, or not, whatever, the Kittle. They got Brock Purdy, who's been on a rookie deal is this whole time. You got McCaffrey. You got the Trent Williams, the left tackle. You got the defensive guys. That's a lot of salary.
Oh, yeah.
They can't afford to pay all them superstars.
Definitely adding up.
Unless they all take pay cuts, and ain't none of them guys taking pay cuts.
Mm-mm. They like their treatments.
They have a small window to make money, and they're not going to sacrifice for the team that much.
Absolutely.
So
they got a certain cutoff date.
Yes.
An expiration date on their career.
Exactly, especially if you're a running back. Maybe if you're a kicker or punter.
Oh, yeah, kickers. Yeah, most of them are
linemen
in their
and
40s.
running backs, and those guys don't have the lengthiest of careers. A 30-year-old running back is a dinosaur.
That Brady made it as long as he did is a tribute to the way he lives his life.
Look at Ezekiel Elliott. He was like the golden child and great. But 2 years later, when he's getting close to 30, he's not so great no more. It's just that position of running back. You just beat the snot out of you, and you don't last very long as a running back.
Yeah.
No, not a lot of LaDainian Tomlinsons out there, just saying. Or those guys.
Well, plus, I mean, the game is different now. Like, if you look at, like, the way it was played back, and yes, back in the day, there was, less safety standards, and the helmets were different, and yada, yada, but they didn't hit as hard. They didn't run as fast. And I know this is probably a controversial statement, but I feel like today's athletes are at a different level. And so
there's a lot of factors there. They're way more athletic. And part of that is science and medicine and all that. But the other part of it is athletes of the 50s and 40s generally weren't paid. I mean, they started to in your Babe Ruth and all, but for the most part, but NFL level, they had day jobs. They didn't, they did make an NFL salary that could live off of.
Right.
The Super Bowl era started that kind of stuff. But prior to that, and even still, there was guys in the 70s that, well, he's a football player by day, but he's working the car dealership at night. That's not uncommon. So let's just say they didn't have a whole team of doctors and scientists and people telling them what to eat, where to eat, when to eat, what to put in you, where to put it in you, and all that good stuff. Whereas a pro athlete nowadays has got so much that the team does, stuff they do individually on their own.
Back in the day,
in these hyperbaric chambers and all kinds of hot nonsense.
Yeah, back in the day, it was like, hi, Lenny Dykstra here for Lucky Strike cigarettes.
Exactly. And nowadays, they're, everything about, I just saw an email. I'll take a look at that here in a little bit when I get a chance. But yeah, you don't, you got to take that into account. These guys are, so yes, you are correct. The sports are more violent today. But running back, NFL ebbs and flows on, offenses and things. And but we are much more, the NFL is much more pass centric today versus 20, 30 years ago. The role of the running back, like back in the 80s and stuff, almost every team had your bell cow running back. One guy that was your guy, and now that's very rare. Rarely do you see a team with the bell cow back. Usually it's a running back by committee. And also, the average running back nowadays has to have pass catching abilities. And so it's not uncommon to see a running back get 500 rushing yards and 500 receiving yards. Or don't get 1,000 rushing yards, but they got 700 receiving yards. It's just a different NFL. And I don't know. There's days when I think the running game dies, and then there's certain days, like the quarterback. This is where it's big evolution. Your quarterback, you almost have to have a mobile quarterback in today's NFL. The days of the pocket passing, I can't run out of a paper bag style quarterback with the bad knees is going the way of the dodo. They just it's Jaden Daniels, it's Caleb Williams, it's Lamar Jackson. This is the new prototypical NFL running or quarterback.
I'm still stuck on pocket passing. For some reason I got a hankering to go watch Blue Mountain State.
Sorry, I used football lingo on you, Sean.
No, my mind just stuck on that. I'm like, it's a funny phrase. I just got glazed over after I was listening up into that point, and then you said pocket passing, and my mind just went completely off.
Was it
off
away
the rails.
Yeah,
I'm at least gonna have to go find that clip.
I never got into Blue Mountain. Like I started to watch it. I just think I was not in the right mindset.
I'll tell you
I'm
this.
not in the mood for this.
It holds up.
Does it?
It really, culturally, no. No. But for your and my sense of humor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get a kick out of it.
I'll give it a dance at some point. I just remember watching it one time. I was like, can't do this. But certain times, like, because I like those movies.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, not tonight.
It's not one I would watch with Kim.
Okay.
Per se. It gets a little gross.
Adult.
It was on, I think, Spike TV.
Yeah, I remember it was on like something like that.
Or one of the no, it might have even been like some raunchy. I can't remember, but it was late night.
Did it air on regular TV? Because I only saw it on.
It
Netflix.
was on cable.
Okay, because I only saw it on Netflix.
Yeah, it was on for I want to say 2, maybe 3 seasons if they got it. But yeah, it's a funny show.
And isn't there famous people in it? If I remember right, like semi-famous.
Semi-famous, but they're more famous now. Like the people who went on to do things.
Oh, okay.
You're like,
there nobody's
that
in.
guy. Yeah. At first, you're kind of like, I don't know who that guy is, but then eventually you're like, oh, that's that dude from whatever.
One thing did that.
Yep.
One.
Yeah. Especially if you got a friend that does that. It's like, oh, that's the girl from this thing that I haven't watched. I don't know. She's the one that watches everything. I have stuff.
I watched that Horizon American Saga thing with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of those. That guy was that guy in that there's I never remember his, but you watched enough Walking Dead to know who I'm talking about. The first couple seasons of Walking Dead, the brother.
Okay. Let's see.
He's in it.
No, when you say brother,
I haven't watched Walking Dead in a while. The motorcycle dude,
Ashton Sanders, Dave East, Julian Elijah Martinez. No, this isn't the right. Hang on.
The American Saga. But there's a couple people. One, I think he was in The Postman with Kevin Costner. But
oh yeah, this is a much wider.
Will
cast.
Patton, that guy, he was in it. That's his name, Will Patton. He's one of the guys that you see in a lot of Costner movies. I think he was like in Green Mile or something too, but he's in like I know he's in Postman with Kevin Costner. But the other one, that guy I was thinking of was he was in the first couple seasons
There
of
we
Walking the
go.
Dead.
Okay, Sam Worthington. Is that who you're talking about?
No.
Okay, hold on. Jamie Campbell.
No.
Okay, Luke Wilson.
He's in it, but
No,
no, that's not. What I'm talking about. That's another one of the bigger ones. You're like, oh,
Not
Luke Wilson.
sure.
I gotta look at it because I can tell you exactly. He's one. Let me do. Sorry, this is radio edits.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
But,
well, you know what? It's a snow day. We rolled in the TVs. All right.
everything is on the. Everything is.
Well, Mike's looking. I would like to let you know that you can find all your updates as far as closures and delays over on our Facebook page, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Just head over there. We will pin the comment to the top, specifically about closures and delays.
Michael
Right now,
Rooker.
Michael Rooker. Okay.
Michael Rooker. He's in it.
As of right now, everything is closed, or most things are closed.
He was Daryl's brother in Walking Dead.
Okay.
Michael Rooker. He's been in a bunch of other stuff. That's the first thing I can think of. The other guy I was thinking of. No, Sam Worthington. I've seen his stuff, but that's not who I was thinking of.
Oh, Giovanni Ribisi's in it?
Is he? I don't think I remember seeing him.
He played H. Silas something.
Will Patton. Yeah. He, farther down on there. He plays. He's been in a bunch. Yeah, there he is. Giovanni Ribisi. Yeah. I didn't catch him.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by IMDb. Yes, IMDb. Your source for who was in that thing we were talking about
that one
since
thing you saw on
2003.
TV that one time. Radio at its finest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, by the way, the movie was meh. It was all right. Like, it's interesting and it draws you in, but
Yeah.
it's
And that's sort of what everybody's been saying is, was this really worth leaving
like,
Yellowstone
maybe it'll be
for?
good when I see the rest of it.
Right.
Like, I don't know how many chapters are supposed to be. I have no idea. I haven't dug that deep. And I just got off my phone. So.
Well, and this was his big passion project. He
Yeah, it's all his own money and everything else.
So, I mean, whether it lives or dies on the ratings or, what people thought of it.
I'm guessing with marketing deals because it's on Max. And I feel like you can get on Netflix or something now too. Like, it's also on another platform like Netflix or something like that.
Possibly.
So, matter of fact, I think it is Netflix. I think I saw it's now available on Netflix.
Okay.
So I'm guessing he probably makes his money that way. Like, all right, now I can. I'm guessing he doesn't give exclusivity rights for only a certain period of time to Max, and now it's like, all right, now I'm going to allow it to go to other platforms or whatever. But I'm very curious to see because I'm guessing if it's all his money, if this thing didn't make no money, there might not be a chapter 2. I mean, that's why maybe there hasn't been.
If it doesn't make its money back, for sure.
Like, I haven't heard any rumblings like chapter 2 coming in 2026 or something. I have not seen any of that.
It's not pulling John Wick levels.
So I'm wondering if this might go the way of the dodo.
Which, by the way, one thing that I want to point out and that I really, really appreciated about the new season of Squid Game is they stayed true to, we're going to call it John Wick levels of bullet counts. As far as like, numbers of bullets that are left in the chamber, and it's not an endless clip style situation.
Wasn't Hot Shots Part 2?
Yeah, exactly.
just
the endless clip.
Throws a bucket.
The mountain.
Grabs a bucket of bullets, a handful of bullets out of the bucket, throws it all people. That's one of my favorite scenes. Just goes. I was.
I did chuckle just a second ago because I realized we have 5 minutes before the top of the hour.
We do.
It's a snow day. There's not a lot else going on. You want to eat an egg?
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, Roy, you want an egg?
Come on, let's eat some eggs.
Yeah.
Breakfast time.
So we've been holding on to this bad boy.
The explanation is when Mike was on vacation, where did you acquire these from?
A Costco in Virginia.
A Costco in Virginia. Okay. And they're quail eggs. And they say that they're two different kinds. There's one that was salt cured and one that was
There's a brown one and a
black one. Okay, is it in a shell? No, it's not.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
On the surface, there's more brown than black.
I don't see Roy rushing to. Okay, so salt baked.
Okay, so
the stewed.
So the stewed is the black one. The brownish one is salt baked.
Right.
Which one are you opening?
I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna go with the salt baked first.
So the yellow.
Yeah,
or
the
brown or
brownish one.
It's yellow on the box.
It's just because I think this is probably going to be the one that's the most palatable. Oh, it popped.
Okay, I'm open. Smelling.
No discernible smell.
Dig in if you want to try them. There's two kinds of
It
brown
looks
one
like
and a black one.
it kind of has the consistency of like a caramel.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's got the.
So do you just bite in, or
I'm gonna bite in.
All right. Not bad. Not really a.
It's like a hard-boiled egg.
Mm-hmm. It was made in a factory kind of flavor.
Sorry. It's not disgusting.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Oh. Right.
It's not disgusting.
No.
I kind of don't hate it.
Are these from Noke?
No. These are Costco in Virginia.
The salt baked aren't bad.
Yeah.
All right, the stewed one.
It's not salty enough. I was hoping it would be a little saltier, put it that way.
It's like eating a little hard-boiled egg.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little stiffer.
I'll say this.
Ooh.
It's not gamey like I thought it was going to be, which that I'm happy about. This, I have a feeling, is going to have a much darker, like a more
rich,
distinct flavor.
Oh, it's literally an egg.
I don't smell much.
I thought it was
Didn't
candy.
get a pop on this one. No, okay, a little bit more of a smell.
It's an egg.
Yeah, I didn't know it was literally an egg.
It's an egg.
I'd like to offer you an egg in these trying times.
All right, here we go.
All right. This is the
stewed.
Stewed. Okay.
That's good too.
That is good. This one's better.
I kind of like it a little better.
Very stewy.
This one is actually not bad.
All right. The only weird part is I feel like these should be refrigerated.
Yeah. But they're not. I mean, they're not necessary to be because they're shelf stable.
To be honest, they're not bad.
This, I would say, I expected better from the salt baked because I was hoping that would be kind of like definitely better. Yeah.
Stew's more of my jam.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
That was delightful, actually. I mean, delightfully not bad. I mean, like, I wasn't, put it this way, I'm not like ready to, give me 7 more cases of those.
But I wasn't disgusted.
But I wasn't revolted by it.
And that, I'm going to call that a win.
Yeah.
There
Dare
you
I
go.
say, I might eat another one.
You brave son of a gun.
I got 52 of them to go through here.
Yep, I got to go get
54.
Rinse out the palate.
So I'm going to be offering an egg in this trying time to a lot of people
All
over
right.
the next couple of weeks.
Upcoming guests, get excited.
That's right. Quail eggs. Ask for them by name.
Get ready to fart a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I got a 2-pack in me now, so. All right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We're going to replay an interview next hour. I'll figure it out here in a minute.
Rest in
Don't go
peace,
away.
2-pack.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM. KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. As the sun beams on a bright but cold day in the nation's capital, it's a final farewell to President Jimmy Carter. All of our living ex-presidents among dignitaries at Washington National Cathedral for Mr. Carter's state funeral. Earlier, his flag-draped casket was moved from the U.S. Capitol Rotunda to the cathedral. Later today, it's a small private service in Mr. Carter's hometown of Plains, Georgia, before our 39th president is laid to rest beside his wife, Rosalind. Years of dire predictions of devastating, destructive, and deadly wildfires are tragically playing out in Southern California. Communities from the Pacific coast to inland Pasadena being ravaged by the wind-driven flames, with the fires burning out of control.
Officials say the blaze has claimed several lives and destroyed hundreds of homes. At a news conference carried by ABC 7 in Los Angeles, U.S. Representative Judy Chu told L.A. County residents that assistance will come to help them rebuild.
The most important thing is to be safe. So that's why I say to everybody, please stay out of these areas. Please make sure you obey the evacuation orders.
Pasadena Mayor Victor Gordo says about 100,000 people were under mandatory evacuation orders as of early Wednesday evening, but tens of thousands of other people are in a danger zone and have been told that it's best to leave. I'm Donna Warder.
Schools and cities from Texas to Georgia shutting down, anticipating freezing rain and snow. In the forecast for much of the southern U.S., the severe weather expected across a stretch from New Mexico to Alabama. National Weather Service says heaviest snowfall likely in parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Texas. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Making America great again starts with making America.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300.
Taiwan showing off
right
its sea
now.
defenses against a potential Chinese attack as tensions rise with Beijing.
The island's navy highlighted its Kwangha 6 fast attack missile boats and Tuo Chang class corvettes in waters near Taiwan's largest port of Kaohsiung. A Taiwanese second lieutenant commander said of the vessels that despite being smaller, they can still deliver what he called a formidable competitive power against the larger Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy ship. The annual drills are held in the run-up to the Lunar New Year holiday to reassure the population of Taiwan's ability to meet China's threats and to boost recruitment. I'm Karen Chama.
Japan's Prime Minister is on a tour of Malaysia and Indonesia, part of his efforts to further strengthen defense and economic ties with Southeast Asia as threats from China rise in the region. The Japanese PM to meet tomorrow with his Malaysian counterpart. News and analysis, townhall.com. House Speaker Mike Johnson's talk about drastically reducing the federal government may be popular with the voters, although they're not sure the new Congress will actually follow through.
The latest Rasmussen Reports national telephone and online survey finds that 61% of likely U.S. voters approve of cutting back the size of the federal government, including 37% who strongly approve. 29% disapprove, including 15% who strongly disapprove, while another 10% are not sure. The survey of 1,277 U.S. likely voters was conducted on January 5th and 7th, 2025 by Rasmussen Reports. The margin of sampling error is plus or minus 3 percentage points with a 95% level of confidence. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp and other Republicans will push to limit lawsuits when the legislative session starts this month. Supporters say excessive lawsuits are raising insurance rates. Opponents warn that lawsuit limits would prevent injured Georgians from suing over wrongful conduct by property owners. Townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Javelin, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Uno invierno.
Uno.
Yes, it's one winner.
Very good. He did it. Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy
Happy snowy Thursday, everybody.
Happy one blustery winter, for sure.
Did some more updatings of our list there. Looks like the Ruidoso campus, all that's closed now.
You gotta love that they waited to the last minute because kids or school kids were on their way to the campus.
So they are a bit better prepared for snow up there.
Yeah, big, but there's also a lot more inclined roads.
These are true statements. Also, some updates here due to weather. The Roswell Municipal landfill is closed today. Trash pickup will take place, but it's on a 2-hour delay today.
Right.
Also, due to road conditions, Roswell Transit will not have regular Main Street service available today for the buses, and will be providing pickups and emergency need cases. People that who need that can call 575-624-6766. Again, that's 575-624-6766 if you need pickup or emergency services for Pecos Transit. I've also shared that number on the delay list on our Facebook page, so you can have access there if you are not available to write it down right now here. But that's all up there. Those are some of the latest updates I've updated on our list there. So it's a lot of it's closed now at this point.
I got to double Sean's opinion on this. Like the snow thing, where they wait till the last second. Like if you know it's gonna snow, just call it.
I mean, honestly,
don't wait till the morning of.
My main concern is you got.
Sometimes it doesn't happen
with the Ruidoso campus, though. There's kids coming from like Alto, from all over the the area, from the
all true statements
reservation,
but also they are a little bit better to handle it.
That's true.
Just take the chance and say we won't have school today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a lot of money's involved, a lot of made up time. There's a lot going in other than just is it going to snow.
Right.
And it looks really bad when you close school because there's talk of snow, and then you wake up and there's not a speck of it on the ground. And that happens more often than not around here.
Yeah, there's a lot less preemptive calling these days.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of the night befores.
And they have done that in the past when the weather people were like, yeah, this ain't and if or but, we're getting hammered. And I've seen then, but then we do get hammered.
Mm-hmm.
So I have seen the other way. And sometimes, like I remember when I was a kid, Hurricane, was it Hugo or Harvey? I don't remember which one it was. It's one of the hurricanes. It was coming through, allegedly, the area, which reminds me, I got to bring something in. I keep forgetting. Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry. Personal note just had a
worried about your knuckles, man.
Yeah, I just dang it. I just reminded myself I forgot it again.
So
Dan Marino over here.
Oh. But anyway, they went ahead and they sent us home for school because the hurricane was coming. And it got cloudy at like 2:00 for an hour, and that was it. It didn't even rain.
Wow.
And we
nothing
got
happened.
Parents were a little bit salty.
I'd imagine.
And not the delicious saltiness of those quail eggs.
I'd rather be home and avoid a potential storm that's not coming than not avoid a storm that is coming.
You are absolutely correct, except for when you do that one too many times. So they've got it. They're trying to give as much time. Like I was talking with Brian Luck earlier, and he was like, yeah, he was out at 4 a.m. out there seeing road, and so they call it pretty early. Ruidoso is probably doing the same thing, but you got to remember, in places that are better equipped at hailing snow, they don't close down as much. I know you guys don't see it as much in New Mexico, but people in Pennsylvania would laugh at us right now. They would be like, not only are you not on delay, you're going in early.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and leave early.
Yeah. But then again, they plow roads and they have equipment to do these things.
Of course, I also, I've been following a lot this channel. It's basically this woman who lives in the area I think it's in Greenland, where it's like Wilkevik or something like that, but where they're currently in polar night. So until like the middle of, I think January 21st, they're in complete darkness, like midnight pitch black darkness.
I feel like that's a song.
Polar night. It's probably covered by Volbeat.
All the stewed ones appear to be at the bottom.
I'm
gonna have me a stewed egg.
Sounds like the cream rises to the top.
See,
salt baked.
to prove that I kind of dig these, I'm having another one on my own.
You know, that reminds me.
I want an egg in this trying time.
It is a trying time.
Well, that reminds me. I am so sad about Big Lots.
That they're closing?
That they're closing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to miss it because of all the stuff that they have that you can't get anywhere else in town.
That is one thing I'll say is they tended to have the reject products that like they never really caught on.
Yeah.
But they were also kind of cool.
These are good, man. They're making another one.
I'm glad you like it.
I could eat more of these.
Is that the stew one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Look, I'm eating a little breakfast in a bag.
Breakfast in a pouch. You know what? I'll tell you this. The closest thing I
I
can
think he's just
associate
invented
it
a
to,
new product.
the closest thing I can associate it to is basically like a hard-boiled egg you get at a gas station.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big purveyor in those.
I'm not like a fan of them, but
They're making me want
in
one.
fact,
To be
I've
honest,
only ever had one.
I'm not revolted
That's the
by that.
salt baked one that Roy's about to
I had a stew
enjoy.
one. But
Salt baked.
Yeah, not Salt Bay. Although that one had a less palatable flavor. I was less inclined to eat the whole thing.
It just tasted like a boiled egg.
Yeah.
Honestly.
There's not it's like the
I got a brown one. I figured it more brown.
yeah, the stewed ones seem to be like
Let me go
stewed
again.
in like a soy.
Let me go again.
Because it even says on the package contains soy, so I'm guessing that there's some type of like soy sauce or some kind of MSG or salt. Again, riveting radio.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, look, checking the sodium
These are fine
content
too.
on
Yeah.
this. Serving size, 7 eggs.
Oh wow.
Well, I've had 4.
Yeah.
About 8 servings per container.
Okay.
I still got 3 more eggs to go for a full egg serving. Whew,
Now,
much
does
egg.
it separate it by the type of egg?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
So the 7 of the stewed is 270 milligrams of sodium, and the salt baked, even though it has salt in the name, is 170 milligrams.
I
of
knew
sodium.
it wasn't quite as
salty,
seasoned. Yeah.
So
Tastes good though.
Yeah, they're not bad at all.
Actually, after having a second one, you can eat the whole bag the same, and I'm gonna go with it.
You know,
my breath smells atrocious right now. I can tell it smells. I'm like, I could feel the smell of my egg breath.
You get the aftertaste of the breath. I will say this: upon seeing that bag when you brought it back, I went online to look. Apparently, quail eggs are like 80 to 85% yolk. There's very little like white in a.
Although
in a
I
quail
notice
egg.
the white when you eat that.
Mhm.
Like I taste the white more than the yolk. It's more
a little bit, yeah.
Well, the yolk's got a pleasant taste. It's not a pungent taste.
No.
But the more meaty part is the white.
Mhm.
Like it's got more bite to it.
I will say this: I did enjoy the snap
Yeah.
like when you bit it. That was
It's-
kind of like, ooh, that's neat.
Think of eating something about the size of a pitted olive, but it tastes like a hard-boiled egg.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. It kind of feels like an olive.
Consistency too, yeah.
It's kind
you're
of
not
like
wrong.
an olive, but it tastes.
It's also not as big as a regular chicken egg.
No. I was going to say it's about the size of an olive. Maybe like not like your little ones but the pitted olive, like of a
Yeah, like a manzia.
Yeah. Think of like a big M&M peanut.
There you go.
Or like a Hall's cough drop, probably around that size.
Maybe the OnlyFans version, but it's
Like
a little big.
Like a Werther's chew.
Yeah. But I dug it.
Yeah.
I'll eat more of those.
Mike's got a whole bag of goodness over here.
Every once in a while, I'm going to pop one of those in.
Breakfast in a bag.
And I'll offer anybody who wants to try an egg, and I'm going to tell you, they're not bad. I think if you can get past that,
Yeah, if you can, yeah.
it's fine.
We need to trademark the breakfast in a bag now. Just like bacon and boiled egg and.
Yeah, if you can make some eggs, I got it's like a Cadbury.
I feel like that's already been trademarked in some capacity.
Yeah, probably. I feel like we're late to that party. Let me get the hour going. We're going to play our interview we had with the folks from Road to Recovery talking about their event on the 25th at the Woe Bowl, which hopefully the weather will be a little more kinder that weekend than it is right now.
A little less of this.
So we're going to play that for you here in a bit. Again, updates on closures, delays. You'll find it our Facebook page there. Excuse me.
Mike's got the egg burps.
Little egg residual.
They're repeating on him. But yeah, all that information waiting for you on our Facebook page. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll find the whole list of closures and delays.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, it is 16 minutes after 9. Here for your listening pleasure, the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure working its way through our area today. Some snow showers possible. Will be in the mid-30s. Not much accumulation, maybe an inch or so for a few areas. Scattered snow showers this evening and then clearing up a little bit after midnight. We're in the low 20s and then we're back to sunshine on Friday. Still cool. We'll hit about 40 on the afternoon highs. Sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 26 degrees with snow and freezing fog going on. Humidity is at 92% with southeast winds at 6 miles per hour. Winter weather advisory remains in effect through 11 p.m. this evening. Snow continues. We could see a total of 1 to 3 inches more today. High of only 32 with winds 5 to 15 miles per hour today. They're talking 1 to 3, but as far as it's kind of this cloudy all day. Tonight, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers, mainly before 11 p.m., snow showers. Cloudy early, gradually clearing with an overnight low of 20 degrees. Winds will be out of the north 15 to 20 miles per hour. They're expecting less than a half an inch of snow this evening. Sunny for you Friday and a high of 37 tomorrow, so warmer, but not really warm. Winds out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. So I'm going to take a stab. We'll see some delays tomorrow morning. Just, I'll let things melt a little bit. Friday night, clear skies, overnight low of 17, so it's going to be chilly. And then for the weekend, your warm day will be Saturday, sunny and 51, southwest winds 5 to 10. Sunday, partly cloudy, 45 for a high there. All right, it is 18 minutes after 9. We're going to take a quick 2.5-minute break. Then we're going to play our interview we had with the ladies talking about the Road to Recovery event at the Wool Bowl on the 25th. Don't go away.
As you look forward to the new year, you may be making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Things like exercising regularly, eating healthier, or something else that you may not do any longer than the first week of the year. How about you take a different approach for this year's resolution? Instead of focusing on yourself, come up with a resolution that can help others. Look around you and see where there's a need and resolve to meet that need. It could be helping out once a month at a local nonprofit. It could be writing an encouraging note every week to someone who's sick or dealing with a difficult time. It could be intentionally sharing the story of how God has made a difference in your life. At Country Club Road, we are making resolutions for the future with this mission: know Jesus and make Jesus known. We invite you to join us as we work together to develop our Vision 2030 plan titled For All That You're Going to Do. Happy New Year and God bless.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
So your pecans aren't as big and bountiful as they used to be? Well, what would Jim Gill do?
Hi, this is Ben from Roswell Seed Company. Few people knew as much about pecans as Jim Gill. And if he were here today, he'd tell you it was time to fertilize. He'd tell you just what you need and show you how to use it. Joke about your neighbors making fun of your nuts.
So when there's trouble with your pecans, head for Roswell Seed Company and ask them, what would Jim Gill do?
Artesia General Hospital's Rehabilitation Center is here to help you recover and get back to the activities you love. Rehabilitation services include physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all led by experienced, licensed therapists. From symptom management to patient education, customized home exercise programs, and family support, Artesia General Hospital's integrated approach to rehabilitation is designed to facilitate your best possible recovery so you can get back to work, back to play, and back to life. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/rehab or by calling 575-736-8174.
Check out some of the savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Select boxes of Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches are $5.98 each, and select boxes of Kellogg's breakfast cereals are $3.98 each. In produce, snack-size oranges are $5 for $1, and golden pineapples are $1.99 each. In the meat department, family packs of beef bottom round roast are $3.99 a pound, and family packs of split fryer breasts are $1.49 a pound. These are just some of the bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Road to Recovery, Ruth Gonzalez, and from the New Mexico Department of Health, Monica Saavedra. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Doing good. Okay. Now, for folks that aren't familiar, let's kind of start with the Road to Recovery side, and for folks that, because Department of Health, I think we all kind of know, but there's so many different facets. But we'll get to kind of their involvement here in a second here. But for folks not familiar with Road to Recovery, let's kind of just start there and give folks a little background information about that organization.
Okay. So we started Road to Recovery about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And it was after my brother, it was a fentanyl overdose.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
And so we wanted to implement this in the community because there's no help out there really for addiction and mental health. And so we decided to put this race together, sisters and nieces.
Sure.
And
very grassroots.
Yes.
Now it's getting a little bigger.
Yes.
That's the idea.
It is growing.
This is the third annual.
Yes.
The first annual was more family friends and really just very grassroots.
Yes. And we wanted to see what kind of feedback we would get from the community, and it is growing. We have involved the Chavez County Health Council. And now we've
Department of Health.
Yes,
Good morning.
Good morning. And so then we reached out to some of the community churches, both hospitals, and so we're trying to make it grow into a yearly.
Each year a little bigger, and we're hoping the fourth annual will be just a little bit bigger than this one and everything. But it really is yes, we're raising awareness, we're raising money. That's the big goal here. We're trying to get more, but at the same time, this also serves as the humanity side of it. It's a 5K, and we want you to have fun with it or take it as serious, run as hard as you can or make it as fun with a family thing, however you want to treat it.
Right.
But we also want to use this to honor the victories, to celebrate those that won their battles or are winning their struggles. We also want to honor those that have not.
Right.
And mourn and remember those that have lost their struggle to their road to their addiction or whatever issues, mental health issues they were having here. And so it's a little emotional. It's going to be a little roller coaster emotional wise, because we are going to be remembering good times and mourning losses. But at the same time, we're celebrating and trying to say, you know what, we're doing this so our kids or grandkids don't have the same issues we are having today to deal with. Like that when our kids or grandkids struggle with mental health or dependency issues, they're going to have resources to turn to, and they're going to hopefully be kind of nice if we got it to something where it's treating addiction and stuff as simple as treating, I don't know, chicken pox or something, you know what I mean?
Right,
something
right.
that basic, you know what I mean? And that's, and obviously that's why we get the Department of Health involved. We get more resources involved and that's the thing with the Department of Health. I don't think people realize, you might think of one, but there are so many different facets of the Department of Health, the financial side and financial assistance for food and things like that. But if you just have questions about, I need a doctor, or, what's the best resources for things, that's the Department of Health does all of that side too. And so there is much an information as a source for actual programs and things.
Right.
So that's kind of something that I don't think people realize all the time.
Exactly. And so this year, we are adding, some of our sisters will be dressed up as superheroes. We've also added that, people can come dressed as their superhero as well.
So kind of a superhero theme for the third annual.
Yes.
Okay.
And then some of the bibs, if this year we ordered them, they're going to be blank.
Okay.
And on the top, it'll be, I am walking or running for,
okay.
And then you write your
you can
loved ones.
personalize it to celebrate your person or and if you don't have one particular, I don't know, just tell you I'm here to support everyone.
Exactly. Yes. And then a lot of times when people enter races, they, in their little packet that they get a T-shirt and their
little swag. some swag.
We are doing something to honor
the socks we were just talking about. Yes.
And these are offered to all the participants.
Cool.
And it's rice and proso millet seed, and it will help with aches and pains after your race.
And keeps the kids in line.
Yeah. Well, and really and truly,
that's what we were talking about.
Love it. It's a good sensory thing.
I'm just kidding, of course.
No, they do hit each other.
They look kind of fun.
Yes. A mom came back at me and told me those were the best things that kept my children busy all afternoon. They were just hitting each other with no bruises.
So if it doesn't help stress this way, it'll help keep the kids quiet, which victory stress. Yes. Win-win.
Right? And that's why Monica's here with me today, because she's going to be speaking about what their services are going to be out at the race.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're saying. That people think, but that's really, it's a source of information,
Yes.
Whether you need personal information like shot records and things to resources to where's a doctor and stuff. So
yes.
so for I'm going to guess we're going to focus on mental health and recovery side of kind of the Department of Health stuff at this event here.
Actually, there's a lot more.
Okay, we could make the umbrella of everybody.
I do want to thank Ruth for inviting me to be here. Her family has been an inspiration, and at their first annual, I was there, and I was there as a recovering addict.
Wow!
So I was
you've got
I was able to share my story,
yeah, absolutely.
And it was amazing because I had never shared my story with that big of a group.
Yeah,
and it was kind of liberating,
sure.
just like.
Well, imagine because, I'm just assuming. So if I'm wrong, but there's always that nervousness there because let's face it, there's still
stigma.
Yes, there's still people that don't understand that dependency issues it's no different than cancer or any other disease. Right. It's and so to come out but then because yes, you like you said, but then when I'm going to say, there was a lot more. Maybe there'd be one or two. But there was a lot of people that probably embraced you. You know what I mean? And
they did. It was amazing. They were like, I can't believe you have 15 years clean.
Yeah.
Now I have 18, but at the time I had 15.
Sure.
And a lot of people were coming up like, how did you do it? Stuff like that. So it was amazing, and I was so proud to be part of that.
Yes.
And I was also distributing Narcan while I was there for the Department of Health.
Well, but here's another thing, too, is I think it makes you more effective at your day job. Today, I mean, for twofold. One is you have the compassion. You've walked those shoes. You know what some of these folks are going through. But also, two, it gives you street cred. Whereas they look at you and say, "Oh, they do understand. They've been where I'm." And they can't use the things that they tell people. You can't understand it. You're not walking. And you're like, "Hold my beer." Sorry, part of the bad pun, but literally that's what it is. I've done this. I've walked those shoes, and so. I imagine it. I believe in God. I don't know, but God puts you in the right place at the right time. That's the way I'm saying.
That's exactly what I was just telling her. I was like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Thanks to God.
Yeah.
And her story is so amazing because I've been in healthcare for many years, and hardly ever hear a success story.
Sure.
And to hear her story, I'm like, where were you many years ago? Because I would go back to my brother and tell him, this is what I saw in the hospital. This is what and nothing to get to him. And so yes, your success story is awesome.
And that kind of reminds me too. I'd love to see healthcare workers come out and support here too. And because I imagine that in that industry, like you said, it's like law enforcement or any of these other career fields. You get, I don't know if the word jaded's the right word, but you kind of get immune to some of that, and you build your own walls and to protect your own sanity. And sometimes it makes you a little immune or numb to it, and you don't, and you lose your humanity a little bit on some of that. So maybe if you're experiencing a little work fatigue, maybe a 5K and seeing success stories and celebrating and all that might be good for the soul a little bit. You know what I mean?
And that's why we've reached out to the hospitals. We also are trying to incorporate the high school. We've have the
put
track
the server's heart in the young folks too.
Yes, they're coming out to volunteer to help set up water stations. And so we've involved the Roswell and Goddard High School. We have a student coming out from one of the high schools to sing the national anthem for us. So yes, we're trying to involve as many and as young as we can get.
And so and of course we still got time. We want to invite the public. We actually still have a couple weeks here. It's not till January 25th, so it's not this weekend. So you got time to put groups together if you want to do
More
as a team or
vendors.
more vendors and I'm guessing too if there's some nonprofits or organizations that kind of maybe do some of the kind of work that maybe say, hey, can we set up a booth or be involved? I'm sure they'd love to come out and be a part of that too here. So.
And we do have a Facebook page, and then my sister's information is on there, and they can reach out to her.
I will tell you, very easy. If you type Roswell Road to Recovery in Facebook, it'll take you directly to the page. You'll see the flyer for the 5K and all the information. And the phone numbers to sign up and everything here. But the event itself will take place January the 25th. It'll be at the Wool Bowl, like it's been the previous 2 years. Starts about 9:30 in the morning. You'll be done by lunchtime. So, you can go on. So if you got plans for the afternoon, no biggie. No biggie.
And that's what Monica's going to talk about, what she's going to be doing.
Right.
There,
so is it okay if I?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to be doing is I work with the disease prevention team.
Okay.
So right now we're number 2 in the nation for syphilis.
All right. So we probably should get a hold of that. Get a grip on that one. Yeah.
So we have a mobile unit that we're going to be taking out there. It's like an exam room on wheels. It's amazing. And we're going to be testing people for free for HIV and syphilis.
Okay.
And it's a finger stick. It's not a blood draw.
All right. So it's in and out pretty easy. Relatively painless and not invasive.
Right. And we're also going to be training people on how to do rescue breathing for opioid overdoses.
Okay.
And handing out free Narcan.
Excellent. So, in case, because that's just it. These emergencies happen, and sometimes law enforcement can't get there. I know, even though our law enforcement, I think at this point, are equipped with Narcan and stuff.
If you saw how many reversals we do through our PHO public health offices, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Like when they come back to get more, I'm like, did you use it? How many doses did it take? Did the person live? Did you call the ambulance?
Sure.
Did you do rescue breathing? Because we don't do CPR. We do rescue breathing because
it's
not about chest compressions.
Depending how old you are, you learned a different way to do CPR.
Right. Well, it's because they stop breathing and it's not so much a heart thing. But if that's all you know, or if that's what you require to do,
I got the old school, the hold them back and breathe, and I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. If I see you laying on the ground, I'm gonna try that because that's what I was taught.
Yeah, that's what you should do, right? And I applaud anybody that tries to save a life, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that. And we're also going to be talking about our rehab here in Roswell and our detox here in Roswell. And I'm not sure, but they were there last time I was there.
Okay.
And so they'll probably be there again. Good. And also, I'm not sure if they're going to be joining us, but we do have a methadone clinic here in Roswell.
Okay.
It's called MedMark.
Okay.
And they might be joining us. If not, I'm going to have all the information that anybody needs to talk about methadone.
Okay.
And we also have a Suboxone clinic here in Roswell called Renew Health.
Okay.
And
what is that? I don't know what that is.
Suboxone is also, it's kind of like methadone, but it's not
a different version.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's to help people get off of opioids.
I can't keep up with all the latest drugs and everything.
This one can be an injection or a sublingual type of kind of like a breath mint
pill. I just know that a lot of times it's very chemical now, a lot of these drugs that they're getting.
Well, they're all man-made.
Yeah.
And so, but they work and they're able.
I was talking about the drugs that they're overdosing.
Oh, right. The fentanyl.
Whether it's fentanyl or some variation thereof at this point. Yeah.
Right. And we have other rehabs throughout the state that we can refer people to. I refer a lot of people to Carlsbad Lifehouse. They have a really good program there. And we have the Lighthouse in Clovis. So I'm pretty familiar with everybody in our region and other parts of the state. But what we do is we really try to link people to where they need to be. So like you said, we are a resource and people reach out to us for this stuff. And we also want to talk about, proper disposal of syringes, even if it's because you're diabetic. we have a drop box, we have proper disposal containers and so forth. So
we don't want those in our water tables and things like that. It's bad when they end up in those places.
Or somebody steps on them. Or,
it's kind of like the prescription drug take back days you hear this that the feds do every year through the police department. Same thing. You don't want, they're taking all the stuff, no questions asked. But even if it's your prescription meds, your cold meds, you don't want that flushed down the toilet.
And we also have doTERRA bags, which are kind of like a charcoal substance.
Okay.
And you could put your pills in it, and it neutralizes them.
So that way you can dispose it in the trash.
Mm-hmm. And the same thing works with charcoal kitty litter. So, FYI.
Good tip.
And I think I really, other than that education and the STI education.
And connection to resources, and I'm thinking if there's someone that's ready to maybe make the step to recovery, you can, come visit the booth on the 25th.
Yes.
And we can start the ball rolling there, or not, just talk and introductory wherever you're at on that. They're willing to talk to you about
it. And guiding them to areas that, in the community that are opening up to help.
Or even people that are that continue to use, and we want to help them do it in the safest possible way.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one thing to deal with your addiction, but then now you've got some STD or some other transmitted disease that kills you because of the needle. I'd hate for you to get HIV or whatever,
And our HIV numbers have gone up in our region.
Has it?
In the last couple of years.
Yes.
And it's granted, I know it's a much more manageable disease than it was. It's not the death sentence it used to be.
No.
But at the same time, you don't want to live the rest of your life with that either. You know what I mean? You don't want to. That's one other thing. And unfortunately, this is one of the things of substance abuse. It's even when you get clean, it just depends on how long you did it, how much damage actually did to your body that we recover from. So the sooner you can kind of get off this, the better you're going to be, especially when you're getting into fentanyl and these meth and these drugs. It's sometimes one time's all it takes to destroy everything.
Because there is that illegal. They're making it illegally.
It's just so dangerous of the stuff. And we're not trying to scare people. It's not like this is your brain on drugs kind of going. Although this is legit.
Yes.
If you take too much of this stuff, sayonara, you're gone. We're not going to be able to talk to you anymore.
Because people are they're pressing their own pills. So you could shave off one side of a pill, a little microdot of it, and it's nothing. It's like ibuprofen. And then shave off the other side, and it's pure fentanyl.
And it goes from innocent chocolate to nuclear warfare, and it's a millimeter's difference.
And you can't tell by looking at them. You can't. They look exactly like oxys, and that's what they're trying to disguise them as.
And that's why you gotta be careful. Even your best intents can still get killed.
We also have fentanyl test strips at the Department of Health.
Excellent. So you can, you know what? I'm just saying, if you're going down this path and you're like, let me check my kit first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad move. I'm just saying.
I had read an article about the fentanyl.
Maybe not do it in front of the dealer, but when you get home before you use it, just that's what I'm saying.
Mike, you're hilarious. I hoped we had that here in New Mexico because so many people said that it made them think after they saw that strip turn a different color.
You didn't ding and then you died. Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean,
they chose not to do that.
Maybe it'll scare you straight, but at the very minimum, at least you're getting what you think you're getting. You're getting what you're expecting.
Because you never know. You really don't know. And that's really big here in New Mexico. In 2023, I wrote down some information here. There were 954 deaths of opioid
and that's the
overdose.
Reported. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like how many
CDC, yes.
or how many of those were something else, but it was a factor. You know what I mean? Technically, it was this, but they've had a history.
I would venture
you know
to say it would be double that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because once they get in there and they start helping them, and if they have anything else, then they'll like, oh, it's natural causes.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not. Or a heart attack because most of the overdoses consist of polysubstance
it's like,
use.
yeah, but they're 40. You know what I mean? They had a heart attack. Not supposed to be having a heart attack.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So yes, it was a heart attack, but brought on by drug use.
Yes.
You know, that's
yeah.
And so, but please, I know we're getting down, but the big thing is we want to come have you join us here on January 25th.
Yes.
We want to come have fun, but at the same time come and let's raise as much awareness. Let's take the stigma away from dependency issues and mental health issues. Let's bring it into the spotlight. Let's Susan G. Coleman it. I keep saying that. That's what we need to do to mental health. We need to get yellow ribbons and have walks and do where everybody's out wearing, I don't care what color, pick a color.
I think the color for addiction or opioid use is purple.
Purple. So let's
we're
purple
gonna
it
do
up. Yeah.
Purple.
I think Alzheimer's is too, so there might have to be a purple rumble
It'll
there.
But I think they're going to be out there too.
Good.
A vendor.
Excellent. Good. Because
I know there was some people there with the suicide group.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
And I love that. because
Absolutely.
They shared their personal stories.
Yes. Come one, come all. All of, if you're.
And so we have a DJ that will be out there, providing music, and that kind of pumps up the crowd, and
we dance.
Yes, make it fun.
Absolutely.
And then,
you're gonna be tired by noon. We didn't say you're gonna be tired by noon. We just gonna be done by noon.
But yes, we are gonna make it a family-filled day too.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Or morning, and we'll provide snacks for the people and drinks, water stations, and we're hoping for good weather. Yes,
hopefully, knock on wood.
Yes,
knock
last year it was freezing, but
well, hopefully we're getting it all out of the way now. Yes. So by January 25th, we're like, man, it's 65 again already. What are we talking about? Because it is Roswell.
and it will be a very emotional day that day too, because it'll be the actual anniversary date.
Oh, wow, for your family and stuff. So a little bit closer to home for your family as well too. But I'm going to guess too, but this, we talk about what your family's doing and all the amazing work here too, but I'm going to take a stab this is y'all's family's road to recovery.
Yes.
So, it's because when you lose a family member to addiction or mental health anything related like that, there's so much self-blame. I don't care who you are, what it is, everyone's going, I could have did this. I could have done that. And at the end of the day, we couldn't. But that's not how we rationalize it. And that's not how we do that. So.
And it eats at me too. I shouldn't do this, but every once in a while I'll pull out his medical records. Mm-hmm. and before the EMS arrived, the people that he was with had used Narcan twice on him. So.
Yeah. And it's and I hope you guys realize that you guys. You couldn't. It's the path is the path, and you can lead the horse to water, but at the end of the day, you can't make that horse drink.
Right.
And that's the unfortunate bad side to all of this stuff is you can do everything right, you think, and it still doesn't end the way you think it's going to end.
Yes.
And that's why we have this moment. But this is what I think for you guys. So I hope that this does help with the healing, and I hope that yes, the 25th is going to be a little bit rougher day than it normally is, as is every January 25th for you. But maybe the fact that this date's on this date and those memories get replaced. Remember the time we did this and it turns into the dancing or somebody did something dumb. I don't care what it was. Some fool did something and we were all laughing. Like, you know what I mean? They went out there with some weird pants or something. They did something out there. It's a fun run.
Yes, we do have to make it and change that.
So that's what we're, to slowly change the 25th for your family too. That's what I think this is. So.
And I think having all the vendors, after this, hopefully more will.
That's just it. We want to create the network. We want more people involved. We want it to, like you said, each year it's getting a little bit bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. Hopefully next year some of these other organizations come in and are bigger presences, or they too are growing in their things, because a lot, especially in the mental health and substance abuse, a lot of these organizations are grassroots level stuff, and that's the Department of Health's that big umbrella that can help, but a lot of it's people like your family and yourself that are really just tired of seeing the same thing, and they're rolling up their sleeves and saying, what can we do to move the needle in the right direction?
Yes.
So, and that's what this is about. So come join us. If you have any questions or any information, if you don't do the internet and all that stuff, go ahead and call Loretta. That's your sister.
Yes.
505-362-3884. Again, that's 505. She lives up north.
Albuquerque.
Yeah, 505-362-3884. Or go on Facebook to the Roswell Road to Recovery. Just type that in the search bar.
Yes.
The first thing that'll pop up is their Facebook page. You can follow, read more about everything here, learn more about Road to Recovery outside the 5K run and what we're doing here.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can probably go to any New Mexico Department of Health office here and get information on the event here, too, as well.
Yes. I was just wondering, can vendors still sign up if they wanted
Yes.
to?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And
even that day, we will accept them. If they show
Excellent.
up, we
come
will.
on, we'll get you here. But
Yes.
probably call Loretta if you're interested.
Yes.
Maybe not before, don't show up on the 25th. Call this week or next. Then you get on that bubble here.
To give us heads up.
Give a little bit of time.
And I think that's why we do it at the Wool Bowl. Because we can involve
It's got a lot of room.
school
Yeah.
and lots of room, lots of
Convenient
parking.
track already to walk around.
Mhm.
So that helps.
And then inside, there's plenty of areas for them to set up a vendor table.
Yeah. And plus, you get to pretend you're a football player for a minute. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's a few kids out there going, he's at the 10, at the 5. There's a couple kids doing that. So.
Yeah,
but
running on the football field.
If you are interested in being a vendor or to sign up or have any questions, please call Loretta, 505-362-3884. It's also on the flyer on the Facebook page if you want to do that too. Or go to the Roswell Road to Recovery. Type that in exactly, and it'll pop right up first thing on the Facebook page.
And we are keeping that page up to date. So any changes or anything that will be up
And
to
if you're looking for resources for help and stuff, there's a lot of links to a lot of things
Yes.
through that Facebook page. So please don't, if you're looking for a source for your own personal needs, I advise you to like and follow, and let's get plugged in, and let's find those resources.
Yes.
That's what Road to Recovery is all about, is getting you connected, to getting you recovered.
Yes.
On the road, hence the name. Is there anything we missed, ladies? Anything through Department of Health side or through Road to Recovery that we wanted
I don't think
to
so.
share?
I appreciate you having us.
Anytime. And of course, if you have any questions, anything, please don't hesitate to reach out and come support it. Come on out January 25th. Knock on wood. It's going to be weather-wise pretty comfortable. I can't, it's not going to be 70 and sunny, but at least make it comfortable. We get it's January, but let's make it a little.
Last year we did bundle up, but as we were walking, we started removing.
I'm about to say it might make for some faster 5K times.
Yeah,
That's a little cool.
and there will be medals for each. We have it in different age groups,
Excellent.
and so we have medals made for the first place. Will be a.
So if you're really wanting to pursue
yes.
times and things, we got some hardware
Yes.
for you. But
And-
the big thing is just come out and bring your family and fun and have fun.
And we weren't going to put the date on it only because, just we're going to try to keep doing this yearly.
Sure.
But,
and medals are expensive.
they encouraged us to do it this year because it is actually the actual anniversary date.
Yeah, and I know the 5K community, people that like to run and do 5Ks on a
keep
regular
track,
basis, they do like to, have rewards for
yes.
hardware medals.
And
or,
they're nice medals. It's a silver, bronze, and gold medal.
I think NMMI, they just do sword. I think you got like a sword or something with
Yeah.
when they're 5K, something like that. But yeah, everyone likes because you gotta, I figure if I'm going to run 5Ks all the time, I'm going to tell somebody I'm good at it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just running and do all this pain, and I ain't get to tell anybody I'm good at something. So yeah, I think that's the reason. It's like I bust my butt. I want to tell people I'm good at something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proof of it.
But excellent. Well, thank you, ladies, very
thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you for having us.
Anything we can do, and even outside of our window of this, if we want to come on just to talk about Road to Recovery, what's going on, or any updates or anything, or if you're looking for resources, help, please reach out and love to talk to people. Just keep people plugged in. So good deal.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Don't work too hard. Stay warm. I know it's hard this week. Bundle up. It is 8:49. Time for some news and some commercials and some Red Apple market update and Chaves County sports. I think I covered it all. And yeah, just a couple commercials. So we'll do all that and we'll be back. Don't go away.
near East Chisholm and Cahoon. Munoz had been shot several times. Authorities in Hobbs have released dash cam pictures that show a moment before an officer-involved shooting during a traffic stop. The video shows Jesus Rubio immediately exiting his car, turning to face the troopers, and clearly drawing a firing stance, as if to point a gun or a weapon directly at the troopers. It is not clear in the video, however, if Rubio was actually holding a weapon. Troopers say Rubio exited the vehicle despite repeated commands to stay inside his car. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The left and these radical environmentalists, they ignore the fact that natural gas is clean burning. They ignore the fact that the technology that they say exists, solar, etc., has not been perfected. They ignore the fact that electric cars have their limitations, and as we pointed out last year, there are arguments to be made that to make those cars and use those cars, there's more wear and tear on the pavement, on the economy, and they're more dangerous than other cars because of the heavy batteries associated with them. And you do have to pillage Mother Earth to get the manganese and the cobalt and the nickel that are necessary to build out those batteries.
The Conservative Underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
Donald J. Trump is officially the next president of the United States of America. While millions of Americans are rejoicing in the victory, thousands of others are still concerned about their savings. The unfortunate truth is we still have $35 trillion in debt. The interest on that debt is now larger than our entire defense budget for the first time in history. Plus, the wars that started under Biden are still raging across the globe. So, what can you do to help protect your savings? Many Americans are already taking action by reaching out to the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. Right now, Goldco is offering a free gold and silver kit to show you how precious metals like gold and silver could help you diversify your savings before it's too late. Visit HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD to get your copy free of charge. Plus, you could receive up to a 10% match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Visit HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD. That's HannityGold.com. Paid for by Goldco.
Before we jump right back into basketball, let's give you some more selections for all-state football from this past fall. We already told you about Roswell High. How about Goddard? Nathan Reed was first-team selection for 5A at inside linebacker, and Jalen Payne, honorable mention, at inside linebacker, too. And for Dexter, a whole mess of guys. The Demons, remember, made it to within an inch of winning a state championship in Class 3A, and 12 of their guys were selected all-state. Jose Aguirre, first-team all-state offensive lineman. Diego Munoz, first-team inside linebacker. Garrett Gonzalez, first-team outside linebacker. Kaysen George, first-team defensive back. And second-team Hector Ramirez at center. Angel Jimenez, O-line. Tayan Raja at offensive line. Omar Toya at running back. Evandre Aguilar, defensive end. Fernando Prieto at defensive line. Arrigo Regalado, inside linebacker. And Isaac Ramirez at defensive back. Woo! The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure working its way through our area today. Some snow showers possible. Will be in the mid-30s. Not much accumulation, maybe an inch or so for a few areas. Scattered snow showers this evening and then clearing up a little bit after midnight. We're in the low 20s and then we're back to sunshine on Friday. Still cool. We'll hit about 40 on the afternoon highs. Sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. In a collision between free speech and national security, the Supreme Court will hear arguments over the fate of TikTok in the U.S. The Chinese-owned short video sharing app is a digital age cultural phenomenon. Roughly half the U.S. population uses it for entertainment and information. The case is being heard tomorrow. U.S. longshoremen have reached a contract agreement with ports and shippers, averting a potential strike that could have harmed the American economy. It's a tentative deal for a 6-year contract. The two sides are up against a January 15th deadline. Delta Airlines will report its first quarter results tomorrow, with big banks stepping up to the plate starting next week. They'll kick off the latest earnings reporting season in earnest. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Over the next several weeks, we want to give you 5 key elements to a great marriage. This is taken from an article by Drs. Les and Leslie Perot. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage. The first one is ownership, taking responsibility for the good as well as the bad.
1 Corinthians 11:31 says, "Judge yourself so you won't be judged." It's talking about the judgment of God, but it also applies to our relationships, especially the ones that are closest to us, like marriage. If you'll just take responsibility for your own actions, it's so much easier for our spouses not to have to point out and criticize us.
So we have to take responsibility for our actions and our reactions, our attitudes and our mistakes. You know, most people would learn from their mistakes if they weren't so busy denying them.
You aren't responsible for what your spouse does. You are responsible for doing your part. So just decide today to do your part and take ownership.
You there! What are these?
My glasses, Your Highness.
They're incredible. Who made these?
The eyesight in Roswell. Or was it Hobbs? Or maybe Carlsbad.
So well crafted and stylish. So the eyesight thinks they can challenge my throne with their quality eyewear.
Actually, Your Majesty, I got 2 pair and an eye exam. It was so easy. I did it during my lunch break, and they even took my insurance.
Lunch break? Who gave you a lunch break?
Human resources, Your Majesty.
Silence! I'll get you eyesight!
The Eyesight, now accepting new patients 5 and up in Roswell, Hobbs, and Carlsbad.
3 locations?
Clearly the best in sight.
As you look forward to the new year, you may be making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Things like exercising regularly, eating healthier, or something else that you may not do any longer than the first week of the year. How about you take a different approach for this year's resolution? Instead of focusing on yourself, come up with a resolution that can help others. Look around you and see where there's a need and resolve to meet that need. It could be helping out once a month at a local nonprofit. It could be writing an encouraging note every week to someone who's sick or dealing with a difficult time. It could be intentionally sharing the story of how God has made a difference in your life. At Country Club Road, we are making resolutions for the future with this mission: know Jesus and make Jesus known. We invite you to join us as we work together to develop our Vision 2030 plan titled For All That You're Going to Do. Happy New Year and God bless.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
And that's going to do it for us for this morning. Thanks for listening. Any updates, delays, we get that. We'll let you know on all that. And, of course, if tomorrow morning looks like today, we'll keep you up to date on all that, too. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scar.
Or if we live